Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the not-so-leaky space station. We're continuing the map that we started for our colony in the stream last Thursday, I think it was, about a week ago. Thank you to everyone who's already popped into the chat. It's good to see Captain Cookie, Rocket Gaming, Danny Castilla, Sean Ellis, and FighterJet11 here already. It's nice. It's always good when people show up right at the beginning of the stream, but everything's been going pretty well for our little colony here so far. We've got a pretty enclosed little state here where, you know, the oxygen level got a little bit low as we ran out of algae, and just as we were swapping into using the electrolysers in order to provide oxygen for everyone. The pumps are still working on playing catch up a little bit, so the air pressure is not super high in here. In this area here, it's kind of barely breathable. You have pretty good oxygen in the living quarters, but we have a little bit of work to do to try to force the carbon dioxide back down so that our scrubber can take care of that. But I'm confident that as this runs, we got some really pure oxygen up here. Everything will kind of clean up in the base. And it shouldn't take too long. We may end up having ultimately to put a second pump in here to try and make sure that we get better gas pressure. But I found with other builds that I've done this with just to experiment, the ventilation system seems to work pretty well as long as the area that you're working with isn't too huge. And that way, you know, you can kind of keep a steady supply of oxygen going without having to have the electrolysers or another method of producing oxygen all over the place. So it's a little bit mixed air in here, but we'll see how that improves over time. Kind of what I want to tackle today, I think, is I'd like to get out and do a little bit of exploring. I haven't gone too far outside of the core area. In the case of this particular game, I've definitely stayed like totally within the starting area, so we haven't expanded at all out into any of the slime regions. It's going to become more important as we get into farther out areas that we keep things really closed off. So a couple things I want to tackle today. I'd like to build some sort of like a reservoir tank over here that we can start to drain this contaminated water down from above into that space. And then use some, because I have lots of sand for right now, I'm going to use the water purifier to purify some of that contaminated water and start to build a larger reserve of clean water. I have a decent amount of clean water for now that we can use to supply our electrolysers to supply oxygen for our base. We're not really using the microbe musher too much because we have a ton of these planter boxes full of mealwood. Now, they got stifled a little bit when we had that changeover in our air supply, but they're starting to bounce back already. You can see over here, we're getting good pressure coming down from our living quarters. And we still have 29,000 or 27,000 calories, almost 28,000. And these are still a little bit mixed. They'll be ready to harvest soon if we can keep a decent supply of oxygen here. So I don't think we'll have to worry about the microbe musher, which I hope saves some water for us. We have the coal generator going to produce power down here, and then as we build up hydrogen up top, we'll be able to use the hydrogen generator to help supplement that as well. All right, so let's get them busy working. There's really low oxygen up in the top portion here, but I think what I'm going to do is create a basin up here first. So we're going to need to do a little funny work with the ladder because I have this switch sitting here. But we'll do another little extension on the ladder here, going upward. And then I'm going to need some tile flooring in here. We're going to need something that has a decent strength to it, I guess. So I'm going to go with the granite. We have a fair amount of that. We have lots of sandstone, but it seems like when you use sandstone, you really have to double up on it for it to be effective. So I'm going to put a platform in here. This is kind of where I'm going to try to drain things into. And then this is all going to have to get dug out in here too, I guess. To make some space there. In this middle section here is where we're going to put the pump, or rather the water purifier, and then in the lower portion is where I'll put the actual tank that will send the water through too. And then hopefully everything will kind of pan out that way. Let's see. So let's put we'll put a tile thing through here. Maybe I'll do like a 3 high this way, and that way they can dig out this portion in the middle here too, because we're gonna need some space here. Hopefully I can create a big enough tank here that this is going to be usable and that they can manage it while they still have enough air. Just double check on the gas and see how that situation's going. So we're still sitting. It's not that strong, really. I did make a slight change to the way I had my gas layout, so I put a secondary pipe going into the bathroom. I should speed this up a little bit. I put a secondary pipe into the bathroom so that we can get some air flow into the middle of the base too. But I didn't want to compromise the amount of air going over to the living quarters, so it splits in half here first, and then it splits in half again. So this side of the base is getting a little less oxygen than this side. So we'll see how that all plays out. Like I said, I may have to put a secondary pump in there just to be able to get enough enough oxygen flow. Who else is ready to join Rocket Gaming in the graveyard? They're actually all in really good shape. Most of them are at 0% stress. Sean Ellis is only at 6%, so overall, you know, I think everything's been going great. Let's get this harvested before they get stifled again. Looks like the air pressure is picking up down here a little bit. So things should be improving. It's still really low over here, but it is growing, so we'll see how that goes. Starting to get a decent concentration of hydrogen up here. We can start to tap into that very soon to get a little bit of power, which would be good. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how well this particular game's been going. I mean, it's been virtually no stress for the duplicants. We're at cycle 50, and things seem to be going along really well. We still have enough of all the resources that we need, and we have plenty of setup up here for oxygen if we really, you know, if things get a little bit tight, they're still getting a good flow, and I could actually just add to it. So overall, things are going swimmingly. Now, the tricky part here will be whether we can build this strong enough that I can do what I want to do. I think what I'll do is put... I should put some kind of a hatch in here so we can get down inside the water tank when I want to. Actually, let's dig out all the way over to the side here. I don't want to get too close because we'll start to get contaminated air in here. And then we'll use a little bit more tiling to do some tile out to this side. Yeah, whatever. We'll do tile the whole way over. I'm going to need some little like ladder or something in here because they're never going to be able to reach that. But I can get rid of this too. How about a second pump for air? Yeah, I've kind of been thinking about that. So I have a sink. The thing is, I want to make sure that I'm not sucking up all my water too fast. I'm getting a growing concentration of oxygen, so I could afford to strip some more out of here and still have the two pumps. But if I'm too aggressive with it, then what will happen is I'll draw out all the air in here, and I'll have to put another electrolyzer, which will increase the rate at which we're drawing the water out of this pool. So I got to be a little bit careful about that. But the pressure on this one side is not really building up very well. So I think I am going to have to do a second pump because I'm just not going to get the right, like a comfortable air pressure, and that's going to raise their stress. This whole side over here is pretty good. And it would get even better, I guess, if I had a single pump supplying it. Let's get another pump in place, just in case. I don't want to get into a place where I'm struggling to try to keep up. So in my plumbing area, let's get another gas pump. We'll put that... Oh, gosh. This is going to be the next challenge. Doing all the plumbing overlay is a little tricky because you can't really overlap things too much. Alright, so I'm not using... Right now I'm not using my hydrogen generator. So I can destroy the piping that I have in here. No, not buildings. Oh, no. How do I cancel? Escape. There we go. I want to deconstruct the gas pipes. And then see our gas overlay. Yeah, there we go. So that'll take care of those. And then I can relay gas piping. I wish that noise wasn't so loud. I think they're making some adjustments actually with the next update for some of the volumes of things, so that should kind of help improve that a little bit. I'm going to go like this, and I'll make the gas connection that way instead. And then this pump I can go straight down. Well, I'll try to deke it over maybe. I'm going to have two pumps here. So the second one I'll probably go across and over this way to connect for the bedroom supply. And then I'll leave this one connected to the remainder of the base, and we'll see how that pans out. Did you put a flow limiter on your water flow? Could allow you to regulate the water flow. Yeah, the tricky part with the flow regulator is I don't know how well it works right now. It seems to be a little bit buggy. So right now I'm pumping out chunks of water. Actually, these are coming at 10 kilograms of water at each little pulse, and these are only consuming 1 kilogram. Yeah, you're right. I think I actually might be losing water. See, the hard part is if I limit it down here, the limiter is not very good, actually. It seems to have a like really weird limit set on it. So I think if I put in a liquid valve, let's try that anyway. Stick a liquid valve right in here, and try to limit it to 2,000 grams per second, and we'll see what happens with what comes through. How do you control gas from the poop? Because I always die from that. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can handle that. I mean, you can put in either the air freshener, which helps to strip it out. I've already gotten rid of, I think, of all of mine because I just didn't need it anymore after I took care of all that setup. Oh, no, I have one left here. So your air deodorizer here will convert it to oxygen for you, so that helps clean it out. Alternatively, you can just kind of pump it out into a different space using the gas pump. In order to do that, though, you'd have to use one of these little gas filters so that you can have it picked specifically for the contaminated oxygen and have that go somewhere else. Hi, Lele. You just looked it up on Cryptic on YouTube, and this came up. Yeah, it's nice that actually when you're streaming on YouTube, it kind of tends to become a little bit more front and center than just searching for normal videos. So that's kind of cool. All right, so this is currently set to 10 kilograms per second. Let's try setting this all the way down to maybe 2. It's a little hard to get exact on this thing because it's just a funny little slider. Hopefully the flow control works on this. Because I noticed that on the gas one, whatever you set it at, it automatically seems to go down to 1,000 grams per second. So it's kind of, or 1 kilogram per second. So it's kind of, I don't know. It never seems to be perfect. Oh, hold on. They didn't finish building my gas piping here. Gas pipes. Make that connection there, and over here would be good too. We need a gas pump. We'll put that here with more gas piping, and we will cut into our supply over here. That was really weird. And then for power, we're going to need to run some electrical wiring over here too. There's a touch in the game where most of your water is disappearing. The way to stop it is by putting 3 drains in your water supply. 3 drains. Yeah, except I'm not actually dripping any water anywhere just yet. So right now I'm pumping out of it, but I'm not actually sending anything back to it. So at some point I am going to have to try and set that up. So probably when I'm going from the purified water that goes through the contaminated water that goes through the purifier and into my storage tank, at that point that's probably where I'll really need it. Oh, and this pump's going. I didn't mean to turn that on. What's going on? Where's my switch? Oh, that's weird. My pump is off, but it's going. That makes no sense at all. Turn that off again. Come on, turn off. I wonder if it made a weird electrical connection on me. Hold on. Oh, it did too. Look at that. So it just turned on my turned on my gas pump on me. Didn't want that to happen. Wires, we want to deconstruct these. I don't even know where that connection is right here. Is that it? Let's try and get the electrical overlay. I think this is going to wind up joining up on me automatically. I'm going to have to move my wire around. That's really weird. All right, let's go like this. And then we can just deconstruct wires. Right. Oops. Oh, no. Escape. Deconstruct wires, and we'll get rid of the ones that are right in here. We'll go up there. There we go. Alright, we got another duplicate coming in, but I don't really need any duplicates right now, so we'll just reject them. I'm pretty happy with the 6 we have. Everything seems to be pretty well balanced this way. So I'm kind of loath to mess with that too much. How's our gas overlay looking? Okay, so now we've got our double pump system going. We can get rid of... Oh, let's pause this for a second. We can get rid of our gas pipes that are in between here. And that will get our separate airflow going for each side. This pump up here shut off, so that's good. Just going to make sure that that wire is reconnected in case I want to turn it on. Yep, that looks good. All right, I think everything's smoking along pretty good now. They got some digging progress over here. That's pretty good. Nice. I think I actually might have made too many planter boxes. I was getting to the point that, I mean, they got stifled, so I had to live off the supplies I had stored for a little while. But at one point, I actually had, I don't know, 60,000 or something kilocalories stored away in terms of the meal lice. So I might have to be a little bit careful about how much of this I actually have. I'm going to wind up just wasting it. All right. Oh, back to bed again. Nighttime seems to come really fast in this game. I don't know why that is. Alright, so what I might also try to do at some point today... I'd kind of like to do a little bit of contaminated oxygen purification, but I'm gonna need a pretty big setup for that, because I need to both cool the air and warm the air before I can use it. And that takes quite a bit of power, too, which maybe isn't optimal. I'm actually getting right to the point now where I'm at the threshold of the power that I can produce. And that's not awesome. So these things are kicking in and off and on intermittently now, because we've got just a little bit too little power right now. I think what I'll do is, let's get another battery room going in here, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make use of this. Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. Gotta cancel all this. I'm gonna dig out the algae that's in here first, I guess. There's no sense leaving it behind, since I can still use it at some point. We'll dig out the plants. We don't need those. Oh, there's actually slime in here, but that's funny. There's slime, but there's no contaminated oxygen, and it pretty much always produces it, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. Nevertheless, seems to be okay, so I won't worry about it too much. Hopefully we'll get to that soon. I've actually made a real point this time around of not doing a whole lot of priority picking for them, and just letting them kind of take on the tasks as they need to take them on. I'm not sure if it makes a difference in their stress level, but their stress has been awfully good this time around, so it might be a factor. Loving your Fallout shelter. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy that. It's a fun little game. The one thing I find challenging is that when you first start out with Fallout Shelter, you have lots to do in the beginning. Then it very quickly gets to be kind of a waiting game. Oh, you know what? They're going to have an awfully hard time doing this if I don't break down the wall. And actually, it looks like I've got a little cracking going here, which is really weird because I don't have anything putting pressure on it. Strange. Alright, you guys take care of that. I should probably swap this all out for grading too, and then I can use this room ultimately to create steam later on when it gets to the point where we're running low on sand. And in that way we can kind of help prepare our room in advance. Alright, this place up here, we can do a little more tile work. Let's go like that. I think I'm actually going to do a double thick basin in here on the bottom, just because I don't want to have a big flood in my base. I've seen a number of people that relied on a single layer of stuff, and granted, a lot of time they were using sandstone as opposed to granite, but I don't really want to risk it and have a big flood come gushing through my base if I can avoid it. Maybe some loss in the piping. What most people seem to think is deleting water is that they see it stacking the pipes. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's pumping it up at 10 kilograms a second, but the thing that I've noticed is that the pump is, like, it's flowing steady. It's not... Well, actually, a little bit it's starting and stopping, but for 10 kilograms per each one of these little pulses, it's the only time it seems to be stopping is when this thing runs out of power. So I don't know. It could be just that it's the way it backs it up, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it. This is set now anyway, so we've got it limited to about 2,000. So each one of these still contains 10 kilograms of water. It made no difference. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that those these little valves are really doing a whole lot right now. Requested flow rate. So max flow rate is 10. Requested flow rate is 2, and I've still got 10 kilograms of water in each one of these little bumps on the pipe. So I don't know. Maybe it's cracking the weight of the people walking on it. Down here, you mean? Yeah. No, I think actually I dumped some water down here at one point, but it was only from like some emptied out water barrels. So you get these little jars of water. This one's got contaminated water, so I'm going to leave it all sealed up. But sometimes you get those things left behind when you destroy a piece of your base. And the water kind of flowed down here and dripped on this portion, and I guess it was enough to do some damage. I don't know. It was a little weird, to be honest. Let's do a little insulated in here. Since we're going to do batteries in this place. And then I guess I'll build the door over to this side too, I guess. We'll strip out the dirt that's in here if we can. And deconstruct this spot here. That'll work. For now, I think I'm just going to leave this open here, so it gives me an easy access to go down. So when I go down exploring, I think it's downward I want to go. It'd be nice to go down and kind of try and find some magma, maybe. See if we have enough time for that today, ultimately, once I tackle all the things I want to tackle. Water pressure in here, or air pressure in here is looking really good. It's in the 500s, which is perfect. Over here, we're in the 300s, which is great. This one's saying it's actually overpressure, but the pressure's not that high in here, so it's probably just the bug. Once it shows up once, it'll pretty much stay all the time until you reload your game. Gas pressure is good, good. I think everything's looking good. We have carbon dioxide jammed in this corner over here again, which has kind of been an ongoing problem with this base location just because of the way I have the air flowing. But as long as we keep air pressure in this portion over here, I've got a certain amount of it trickling down to the scrubber, so it's fine. I'll just leave it packed in this corner. I'm not really using it anyway. Keeps it out of the way. Duplicants don't seem to be bothered by it. And it's really easy to manage over there too, so I'm not gonna worry about that at all. Okay, so I guess we're gonna need more tiling over here. Oh, combat. What's going on? What did they find? I guess I should just click on it. Oh, they found a hatch. Oh, don't attack him. I wonder, how can I tell them not to attack this thing? Oh, it's in my battery space. I'm going to be stuck attacking it anyway. Hatches are neat because you can use them to produce carbon. Or sorry, not carbon, but coal. You get them to eat other resources, and then they produce coal. But the trouble is, if I'd known he was down here, I could have tried to plan something around it so we could make use of him. But once he's in my battery space and kind of roaming around freely... Oh, I think he just ate from my water purifier. I think he ate the sand. Okay, somebody kill this thing before it takes too much water out of here, and then I can't use it anymore. He's eaten, but he hasn't pooped out any coal yet. There it is. We got some coal for the generator. Well, they're not attacking him anymore. All right. I think I kind of want to pen this guy in if I can. Suffocating. Whoop, pause. Who's suffocating? Oh, no. I hate how they climb in and just build a room like that. All right, make a door. Let's make that priority 9. Somebody's got to go break this guy out. Who is it? Sven Games. He's suffocating in there. Somebody get him out. Slow it down a little bit. He should be able to get down in time. Yeah, there we go. Yep, there's air like right here. Just run through the door. Just run through the door. Ooh, he's got light wounds, too. I don't have a doctor station, though, so I can't heal any light wounds, I don't think. I gotta be careful of that. When I send them in places to build stuff like this, I can't... I thought he would stay on the ladder and build it, but I guess... being the responsible person he was, he wanted to clean up while he was in there. Trapped himself in. Okay, this little hatch I kind of want to keep as a pet if I can. Let's try... No, it's gonna keep eating stuff here on me, so let's try and see if we can pen this thing in. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Sorry, I haven't I haven't been staring at the chat too much yet. But yes, yes, Jillian, I do actually read these. I do read the chat. I just kind of got a little focused on something else for a moment. Jason ended with the atomic bomb. All right, where'd the hatch go? I think he... I was looking away. Oh, there he is. He's actually burrowed into the little battery room area. That's not ideal. All right, maybe... let's see if we can try to pen him in farther and farther. Let's cancel this. If I keep building a wall next to him, we might be able to get him squished over in the corner here, and then we can just put like a little storage compactor and fill it up with all the stuff we don't need, and then we can use him to collect coal, which I think would be cool. All right. And then on this side here, I can still build some batteries, I guess. Although, they're really temperature sensitive, so if I build batteries in here, he's already overheated. What's the temperature down here? And it's only 22.4 degrees, and he's already overheated. So if I build batteries in this space, he's going to get too hot. But it would be nice to have a supply of coal for the generator. Not that he drops all that much at once. I think I'll think about that. It doesn't look like... Well, you know, we are suffering for power, actually, a little bit. I could do another one of these little hamster wheels, but the trouble is then I'd have to dedicate another person to doing it, and that's less than ideal, too. How they doing with the build up here? All right, so they've got pretty good space out here. Let's build a ladder in here. I did find out something from watching the developer live stream that you can hold down when you start pressing and you hold down shift, then you can stretch all the way across and it will stay on the same line. You won't accidentally create these funny little loops with your piping and your building blocks and that kind of stuff. All right, this is going to cut it. We're actually out of coal. That's interesting. All right, it's going to become more important now, I think, to have a little bit of hydrogen power. Let's turn that on. Trouble is, I'm not producing enough hydrogen here to really keep up with it. And the pump can't work until I get more power. I've kind of got myself in a funny little loop right now. Have a pet. Yeah, I got a little pet down here, a hatch, but he's a little warm right now. I was going to put more batteries here, but I guess I'm not going to now. I guess I could... No, I need this to get the flow of carbon dioxide done to my scrubber, so I can't put batteries in here. Another duplicant. Seems like we just rejected these a moment ago. Oh, whose stress is getting up? We got Sean Olsen, Sven Games are both stressed. I'm going to get them taken care of, just so that we don't climb up too high. Get them while they're small, while their stress is small and they don't spend as long on the table. All right, you guys are doing good. Let's get this dugout in here now, and you can build that corner up. That'll be good. I won't need a double thick wall on this side, but I'm probably going to need a double thick bottom on this thing, especially since all of this is sandstone. Tricky part with this pet is he only comes out at nighttime. Injuries minor. He's a little hurt. It's okay though. Oh, they're suffering for air now. Okay, hold on. I think we did get a little bit of algae. Let's check what we have in our organic. Yeah, we did get a little bit of algae. Let's turn this on for now until I can get the power situation sorted out. That will let us make sure that the building is well oxygenated for now. Once we get the power sorted out, then this will should supply all the oxygen that we need. See, the gas is spreading out a bit because the air pressure is lower in here now. It occurs to me too that actually, drat, this gas pump, when I set up the ductwork for it, I didn't put it through a filter. Huh. Because it's not filtering it, if I get any hydrogen in here, I'm going to wind up with hydrogen in my base if I haven't got it already. No, it's good so far, but if we get any hydrogen that's down at this level and the pump sucks it up, it's going to send it right down into the living quarters. I think it'll be okay for now because we have a really strong supply of oxygen here, but at some point I'm going to have to address that and we'll put in a filter. Let's maybe turn this off for the moment. So, save water, save power. We're going to use the algae deoxidizer for a little bit anyway. There's our hatch. Come on, buddy. Oh, I didn't plan for that. Well, he pooped out some coal. Cool, 122.8 kilograms. Wonder how much it actually takes to supply this thing. Well, he's got a little stepping stool. We're going to have to take care of that once we can get him in there. Trouble is everybody's sleeping. Start the hatch with insulated floor. Yeah, we can do insulated. He's got insulated flooring now. Oh, they can jump too high, so it doesn't really matter that I have that there. I'm actually going to have to put a door in, but I think they can operate doors unless I lock it. Let's put this in here. I'm going to destroy this while he's sleeping. And we'll replace it with a manual airlock. And then we can just close it so it stays closed. And he'll eat all the junk that's in here. And we'll go in during the daytime and clean up all the coal. And then we'll put a little storage compactor in there and set it maybe for fertilizer. Because there's no use for fertilizer in the game yet. But he'll eat it and make coal out of it. No trouble at all. Alright, what are we going to do power-wise? Well, he'll get a stock of coal going for us, which is good. Let's see how much this uses. 1,000 grams per second of coal. And each little lump of coal was in the kilograms, I think. So that actually wasn't too bad. Resource low coal. But it didn't run this for very long. Just got us a little boost. Wait, it poops coal? Yeah, it's the little hatch, when he eats these other resources, he'll poop out coal, and then you can use that for for your coal power generator. Let's get... I'll put a mechanized airlock in, why not? Get that built. Let's put a storage compactor, or Yeah, storage compactor in here now. And then we can set it to fertilizer. Maybe they can pack some fertilizer in there. Dig this out too over there. Actually, I'm not sure what that's going to do to the hatch. He's kind of inside that block. Maybe I better cancel that. Hopefully he'll choose to sleep somewhere other than on top of this lump of sand or whatever it is here later. All right, stress is good. Sean Ellis is down at like 1%, so that's good. Captain Cookie's the next one in line. I'll have to get him on there soon too. Okay, we don't need all these anymore once they're finished building. Nice work. Man, that may be hard on his bum. Yeah, pooping out coal is probably a little hard on the backside. I don't doubt that to be true. These guys can work the door, so I'm going to set this to close. Oh, no, I set it to open. How about that? There we go. Close. Come on, you're right there. Just go close the door. We're going to just deconstruct all this. We'll get them to sweep up what's up here. Up on this level up here, I guess we can get our water purification set up already. So we can go plumbing. Oh, no, sorry, it's in refinement. There. Water purifier set up here. I think I'm going to get this game. You can get it on Steam, right? Yeah, it's available if you go into the chat. Sorry, I don't actually have the link listed on the stream right now, but if you go into the community section on Oxygen Not Included, they have the link kind of tucked away in there because it's still sort of pre-alpha. They actually have an update planned. I think they're saying around the 21st of March or 25th of March, something of that nature. Where they're going to be adding some new content to the game, too. So far, they've just been doing, like, hot fixes for the problems that have come up. But they're going to be adding a bunch of new stuff to the game. And they actually just did a stream on it earlier today, which was kind of cool. Okay. I feel like I want this to be double thick. I don't think I can't even reach here. What if I dig too close to this, it's actually going to start to breach through, and then we'll have it all flooding in, and I don't really want that. If I can dig out in here, though, and then we'll get some tile built. Get some granite tile in here to help support the ceiling for a little bit. Because this is the point here that I want it to breach, I think, so it kind of dumps straight down in. We can get more tiling in here because we need double wide. Gosh, I feel like it takes up so much space, though, when you make these things double thick. It's kind of necessary, but, man. How's that for reinforcement? We can hold a fair amount of water in there, but it's not going to be perfect. At some point, we might actually have to pump it down into our other water sources. For a pre-alpha game or an alpha game, or what do you want to call it, it's actually quite good. I mean, they have a lot of stuff already tackled in here that works really well. There's still obviously a lot that they can add to the game, and certainly a number of different things that they could fix. But they're doing some work on the temperature things, so temperature becomes more important after this next update. They're adding in some new biomes. There's going to be like an ice biome that has frozen ice you can melt and snow and that kind of stuff, which seems kind of cool. Oh, don't bury him in the block. Oh, thank you. He got popped up top. These guys are playing with fire. They're gonna wind up dying the way that Rocket Gaming did. His head will be stuck inside the floor. There is a bug where they can actually build someone into the floor like that. Oh, I forgot. Vermingle's a narcoleptic. Sleep, buddy, sleep. Where do I want the ladder in here? I guess I can just put it right here. Let's just deconstruct this block here. Build a ladder in here. And then I guess I can just fill in this... I can fill in this wall right here, too, I suppose. I can use the ladder to get in from now on. Hey, Fox, how about playing Forza Horizon 3? I actually don't play a lot of racing games. Something about just driving around in circles has never been terribly exciting for me. I tend to gravitate more to these kinds of games where there's some sort of like puzzling out to do and problem solving, survival games, that kind of stuff. Man, I really hope this doesn't collapse when I start to put tiling in here, because they're gonna dig first before they put the tile in. Go in there. There's plenty of air. At least there used to be. All right, while they're doing that, I really should solve this power problem. Okay, so we're gonna need batteries. Where can I put them? It's not even like I could put a second coal generator because I don't have any coal. Maybe I can just send them out on the hunt for coal. I don't see any... That's obsidian. Obsidian. Oh, there's some coal here, actually. All right, let's get a little bit of supply of coal here. You guys go after this stuff. You should probably get this, too, since I'm not using my oxygen generators right now. What is that? That's coal. You can get that. That's obsidian. That's more coal up here. Actually, you might as well just dig right in here. The air level's really low in here anyway. What's another vacuum? Oh, poor little guy. He does out of breath and he doesn't like the decor. It's got it hard. Alright, they'll do well off the algae. We actually got almost all of our algae was gone. Wasn't anticipating power to be my challenge at this point, to be honest. This thing's getting stocked up decently, though, so that's good. I didn't notice... Oh, where's that little hatch guy? Yeah, there he is over there. So we can dig this out now. Which means we're going to need to put this on auto. So they can go in there and get the coal that's in there. No, get the coal. Put the coal in. I guess... Well, you might have grabbed algae. I guess that's probably almost as good. For the moment, anyway. This cycle's almost over. I probably should relock that door. And I don't even know what I just did. Let's find out. What state's the door going to be in? Well, he didn't lock it. That's for sure. Close the door. It's closed. Good. Okay, good. So that'll keep the hatch in there for a little while. He's still got plenty to eat, so we don't have to worry about that. He's still a little overheated, but it's not too bad. He'll be okay. This is taking shape up nicely up here. We're going to need a water pump and stuff, but I keep getting distracted. I need to worry about power. What am I going to do for my batteries since I can't have them? I guess I can put batteries down here. We'll sandwich the little hatch guy in between two sets of batteries. Oh, he banged against the door and couldn't get through. That's funny. All right, let's take out another layer in here. Oh, there he is. See, if you want to see him poop out some coal. That's dirt. Where's the coal? That's algae. Any minute now, he's going to eat something and poop it out. Maybe not. I swear, lately in games, I spend a lot of time waiting and watching for people to poop. I don't know why that is. Hey, Fox, recently found your channel. I really enjoy your Oxygen Not Included vids. I bought the game and have been having fun trying to survive. That's awesome. Yeah, it's, I'm crazy addicted to this game. I think he popped out some coal there. Yeah, there is a little bit of coal there. 250 kilograms. That is a lot of coal for him to push out. It's actually amazing these guys can even pick it up. All right, let's put some insulated flooring in here. Yeah, 3 high will be fine, I guess. Let's do insulated floor in here. I guess if I can store up enough power, then it might help supplement this. But the trouble is, battery power will still get drawn down at some point. They're not exactly running a whole lot of free energy. Sub, can't wait to get to the game, but I'm sure I'm going to suck. Yeah, actually, everybody stinks at this game when they first start out. It's funny, some of the larger YouTube channels have started to play it as well, I've noticed. Well, let's get this broken down. But they didn't sort of look into how to play the game first, so I know they're really struggling with it a bit, so it's kind of interesting that way, but oh, we got another bottle of water sitting up here for some reason. No, I'm just going to leave it there. If I break it open, it will end up with the water all over the floor. I want to get off this algae. Oh, it won't be hard. We have none left. Alright, time to get some power going here again. The battery should be built up now that we saved a lot of power there. It seems like having just this one extra pump on my power supply just got it right to that breaking point where I wasn't creating just enough power anymore to keep it running along exactly the way I needed it to. All right, they're doing good here. Let's get somebody started maybe on a pump up here because we're gonna need a pump in this space. So once we have water in here that we want to pump out, I'm just gonna set this up initially, even though I'm not gonna connect it to anything just now. So when it gets to the point where I really want to pump the water out, I can have a couple choices, I guess. I can either send it down below, or I can send it across to our oxygen generators over here, the electrolysers. But in the meantime, we'll just have it set up there so I don't have to muck around with it later. We're also going to need a pump in this top portion up here, because I'm going to use this to feed here into our... Oh boy, can they even reach this, I wonder? Feed it right into our water purifier. The water purifier we're going to feed down into this space here. And we'll do a little triple vent system to make it easy for that to drain out. Another duplicant! We don't want ya! Go away. Avon calling. Keep it balanced at 6. I've got... Oh! Geez, I wasn't paying attention. My stress got way up. Captain Cookie and Sean Ellis, you both got high stress. They must have been working in a low oxygen environment. So we'll get both of them on here to take care of that. That's the highest the stress has been, actually, I think, on this colony for me. Almost don't know how to cope with it. It's too high. Alright, we got really good airflow here, though, so I don't have to worry about gases here for now. Even the carbon dioxide down here is looking really... Oh, it's really compressed in this corner. See how the air pressure on here is now, like, between 400 and... In some places, it's getting up to, like, 700 grams. It's just squishing all the carbon dioxide in here, getting it much more compressed. As soon as the air pressure goes down, this will all expand again, but... For now, we've got it all tucked out of the way. I should consider putting a pump in here and pumping it down to my scrubber. Jason, thanks for popping in to check out the stream. Glad you got a chance to do that. What should I work on now? So, I still want to do batteries, right. Let's do... Where's my power? No, not coal generators. What am I thinking? I want these big batteries down here. Oh, I don't want it up there. Cancel. Alright, that'll be good for now, I think. Let's do a little connection to the power grid over here. Theoretically, come on, connect. There we go. Just run that down through the floor. Oh, they haven't even built all the tiles yet. I guess I shouldn't be in so much of a rush. What are they waiting on here? Material delivery, copper ore. No, that's for the wiring. Insulated tile, sandstone. Alright, it's fine. Sleeping again? Gosh. These guys sleep a lot. Is this game only on PC? Yes, it is right now. I have no idea whether they're planning to have it on any platforms, but so far it's just a PC game. It might actually be tough on a platform because you have to do a lot of pointing and clicking, and I guess if you had to do that with a controller, I don't know if it would be quite as easy. I mean, there's other point and click games, so I guess it's manageable, but it is kind of handy just being able to use the mouse pointer quickly. So this whole triple liquid vent thing didn't work. I actually need to do a triple pipe, I think, to make this happen. So I'm going to have to cancel these. It's funny, I built the one in the middle, but not the one on the end. Why is that? Maybe they just didn't have time, and I just totally just destroyed their work on them. Sorry, guys. Let's see if we'll do a second one on the end there without having to build like a second flow pipe for it. Alright, that's good. They've got that pump ready up there. Let's get some wiring ready for these so I can connect them to the power grid when I'm ready for that. Oh, actually, I want this pump to be on a separate grid. Just because I want to be able to control it with a switch. So let's do something like this. And then I can do an electrical switch right here, which will control that pump. This one up here, I think I'll run it off of this. So as long as I'm running the oxygen supply, I can run these, maybe? Oh, that was terrible. I'm all over the place. I gotta use that shift trick. Let's go like that. We'll do a line up here. I don't want that to turn on right away, so we'll just leave it that far. This is looking good up here, so I think this roofing will work well enough so that when I cut through here, it'll help kind of channel the water down this way. What I don't know is if it's actually going to... I should build a ladder here in case they block themselves in. I don't want anyone suffocating in here. I'm going to need a ladder anyway to kind of dig out the space to get this water to fall in. Maybe they can't reach this thing. Maybe that's what the problem is. It doesn't say it's unreachable. It's just awaiting delivery. Oh, right. I want to get more coal. Let's get them in here and dig this stuff out. How are we doing now? Air's looking good. Actually, it's really high pressure, actually. Everything's looking really good breathability-wise. Decor could use a little bit of work, but they're generally happy with the spaces that they spend most time in, so that's good. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Did you check if high priority on tasks rise stress? I haven't experimented with it to see if it's the case. I've just been making a point of sort of avoiding using a lot of priority. The way I'm kind of tackling it right now is I'm just sort of... If there's something I want them to do immediately that's a really big rush, then I'll prioritize it. But otherwise, I just give them tasks and then let them do it on their own time. I can't really tell if it's making a difference in the stress or not. Oh, we've got gas going through this corner up here. That's no good. I've got a hydrogen problem. Let's, speaking of priority, let's get this taken care of. I really don't need hydrogen building up in this space, and it's already started. Ah, are you kidding me? I did such a good job of penning it in, and then I just let it out. Can someone explain a quick summary of what this game is? Basically, this is like a survival colony game where your colonists are little clones that appear inside the middle of this map, and all this was surrounded by all kinds of like dirt and stuff. And you're basically building a colony to survive in. So you do some research to unlock different things you can build. You have to balance your resources between food that they need to eat, oxygen they need to breathe, and you also have to be conscious of the gases they produce, like carbon dioxide, because that's not breathable. So you're kind of doing a whole bunch of colony management to manage your resources, and at the same time you're building and expanding to explore outwards. And this is getting up here. Let's get some of this hydrogen out of here. It's turned on, but it's not going. What am I missing here? Oh. Wait a minute. This thing's not even connected to the power grid anymore. What happened? I have no idea what I did. At some point, this thing became disconnected. I must have, when I was destroying some other pipes, I must have accidentally destroyed the cabling, so I can't even turn it on. Oh, goodness. What platforms is it made for? This is currently only available on the PC. It's available through Steam, but you kind of have to hunt for it a little bit. In order to get the link for the download, you either have to find somebody who's linked it or go into the community section for the game. And the people who make the game, Clay, they have a link in the community section so you can get into the alpha. The game's not finished yet. It's still just an alpha. But so far, so good. I mean, I'm having a ton of fun with it. I can't figure out why this is still waiting. I wonder, did I tell this thing to use the wrong kind of materials and I just don't have the material I need? Let's dig this out here. Hold on, let's try, I gotta cancel, where are we here? Cancel buildings. Because I don't understand what's happening here. And we'll dig that space out. Which isn't going to happen because what is going on? It's funny they did most of this. They even built all the batteries, but they didn't do the rest of the flooring I told them to do. Igneous rock. Let's do granite, I guess. After I just finished saying I don't prioritize things, I'm going to have them prioritize this because I want to get that finished. The power lines aren't connecting up over here because of it, so we're not storing any battery power for the batteries I just put in there. Alright, something's not working up here either. Where's our electrical overlay? This is all powered now, but the pump's not working to get gas down to the hydrogen generator to produce power to get power so the pump can work. Ah, what a good situation that is. Not pumping. Why are you not pumping? I must have some sort of a little bug going right here. It has power. It has gas. I think all the plumbing's connected. No power. No, it's got power. Oh, I don't have something set on here to select it. No, I do have it. What is going on? Why is this not pumping? What's that gas overlay again? I wonder if I have oxygen stuck in here. And it can't come out because the grill is pressurized. Normally it will say what it contains, but this little thing doesn't actually have that. Sieves out gas. It's got the energy and stuff, but I'm not seeing the reason why this thing's not actually working. Huh. Well, that's no good. This is over 1,000, so it should even... Normally it doesn't say it's overpressurized until it gets around 2,000, so I have no idea why this isn't pumping. Oh, boy. I wonder if, for whatever reason, this pipe just isn't connected. Let's check plumbing. We'll go into our gas pipe. We'll see if maybe that's it. That made no difference at all. Why won't you work? The power is on. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go in here and destroy this thing and replace it, I think. Let's deconstruct this. I'll put a new one in place, and we'll see if maybe it's just a function of the gases being trapped in there and not getting through this little filter. Insulate your pet room. Yeah, I'll do that a little bit. He has an insulated floor. I should do an insulated roof, too, but I'm going to have to lower the temperature in here, too, or I'll just trap in the air at the current temperature. I mean, it's only 23 and change in here, so it's not exactly really hot. It's not ideal for him, maybe, but... Oh, boy, they destroyed that fast. All right, back to the plumbing. I want to get the... What is here? The gas... We'll get the gas filter in. And we'll see if this makes any difference. Is filter set right? Yeah, I had it set to filter out oxygen. So it would keep oxygen in the room, but it would pass along the hydrogen. So in here, if I go in and choose oxygen, that should send it down the third line. I have a feeling maybe it's just this overpressurized vent. Oh, there it goes. It moved a tiny bit. Not much at all, though. Honestly, I think it's this vent. It's overpressurized. All right, let's deconstruct this maybe, and I'll try running the gas pipe for it down a little bit lower. Actually, what I could do, because I have this set up for oxygen, I don't even need a vent here. I can actually just run this gas pipe all the way over. We'll just send it through the rest of the flow. See if that works. Oh, more harvesting to do. 42,000 kilocalories. We're in pretty good shape food-wise. Restart the game. I might have to, yeah. It could just be a bug, but I'm gonna try the piping here first, and we'll see if that solves for it. Every now and then you get a funny thing where the gases get caught up in the piping, and you have to restart. come on. There's only a couple little pipes you guys didn't finish. How's this guy doing coal-wise? Actually, you know what I've never noticed is, will he actually eat the coal he poops out? He eats everything else. Need another resource there. There's coal still sitting there. Algae. Dirt. What I should do is set this up. Put our fertilizer in here, maybe. Alright, somebody come finish these pipes up here. I want to see what's going on. I'm producing a lot of hydrogen. I'm not going to get out of there, and that's going to be a problem soon. Hello? Alright, there we go. Come on, guys. You can do it. Just like a tiny bit more. This isn't connected here. Jackpot. Alright, so it's moving the oxygen now. There we go. I think it was that pressurized vent that was stopping it. But it's still not passing things through very quickly. Particularly considering how much volume is moving up here. I'm surprised how low that... Functioning, not functioning. I don't know. This thing seems to be a little wacky. Worst case scenario, I could just take it all together and I could just shunt the hydrogen straight down there. But we have got pretty good flow here now. It's producing power steadily, so that's good. This is drawing down the hydrogen really quickly. This pump here is going to wind up sucking up hydrogen soon. I gotta be careful of that. Shows how you distribute the jobs. I actually have not really done a whole lot of job distribution. I kind of let them all do everything. The only thing that I sort of limited them to was the art. So I picked the two people that had some skill in art, so that when they made something, it would actually look like a creepy little statue peeping at you in the shower. But that was the only job I set, and then otherwise I just let them do it all. I only have 6 total duplicants right now, so I can't really do too much job limiting with them. I just kind of let them all tackle everything they need. Hi, Manuel. Greetings from Chile. That's pretty cool. I've never been to Chile. That'd be neat. Okay, this is probably going to get hot down here. Yes, it is. I probably should pen the heat in here sooner rather than later, just so I don't have a problem with it. Let's do a little insulated tile here. We'll throw a little mechanized airlock door down here. That will keep the heat trapped in there. So far, so good. So you can see how quickly this thing sucked all the hydrogen out. It's pretty much cleaned out. It's really hard to keep the hydrogen generator going, I find. You need to really produce a lot of hydrogen. Either that or put a serious limit on your flow coming through here. But the more I limit it, it seems like this pump doesn't... The way it is right now, the hydrogen generator doesn't work if the pipe itself is empty. Even though it might be full, so you can see like there's an indicator on it here, this little green bar shows that it's full of hydrogen. It's got plenty of it stored away, but it'll just stop working if there's nothing in the pipe. I think that's something they're actually fixing in the upcoming release, so that it'll work more consistently. But in the meantime, it's kind of it's a little buggy that way. You have to keep stuff flowing through the pipe in order for this thing to stay on. And every time I put a limiter on it, it limits it to the point where the pump stops. You get like this really start and stop motion. Let's get some tile in here. We can seal that off. This game looks very stressful. Yeah, it can be to a certain degree. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. And I think that's maybe why I like it. It's a little bit of a challenge that way. Oh, they did build that second liquid vent there, so I'm going to put a third one in. There we go. We'll just stick that there. Seems to help it drain faster when there's multiple vents, and then you get a better buildup of water, so hopefully that'll work. We do have a little bit of carbon dioxide buildup down here. Why is that? Our air pressure is dropping. It's really solid over in the living quarters, so that's fine. A little light on this side. Oh, it's building back up again, so it'll be good. Nice. All right, so far so good. Everything's going well. I think we're getting close to the point where we can breach the water up here and start our filtering down into this lower part. Hey, your video about these games are very useful. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy them and that they come in handy. I started doing some tutorials on them too, just for some of the other concepts, because it took a little experimenting to figure it out. And I know when you first jump in the game, it can be a little daunting trying to figuring out some of the aspects of how it all works. This has still got no coal in it. I really want to get out exploring. Normally, there's like a purple area you can get to. I can't see any around here right now. Oh, there's that's all algae up here. Holy, look at that. That's a huge stock of algae there. If I could dig my way up there, that would be a good backup. Actually, I can dig my way up there. What's this? That's igneous rock. I was hoping that would be coal. That'd be a pretty good backup algae supply right there if I need to get to it. I just gotta watch that I don't get into a place where I start getting contaminated air in here. I mean, they can still breathe contaminated air, but I kind of like to keep my base clean. It feels a little like cheating if you just let them breathe the polluted air all the time. At some point in the future, they're gonna tweak that, and it's not gonna be possible anymore. All right, let's get Jamie McNair and I Am Bro on the massage tables to get their stress down. Where's Jamie? There he is. Like your idea about the bathroom. Do you use this method in your base now? Yep, I do have that set up this way right now. So you can see if I check out the plumbing. This is a little bit a little bit more complicated just because of the space that I put it in. But this pipe is just totally filled with water, so it feeds into the shower. All the dirty water comes out of both the two lavatories in the shower into the purifier, which sends it back into the pipe, and it's an endless loop. So it never runs out, which is good. I have noticed if you're using actual pumps and pumping it in and then letting it drip back out, you get that bug where water disappears in the pipe. I don't know why that is. I think it's something they're solving for, but it seems like in this closed circuit, I never run out of water, so it never seems to run into that particular issue. Each little packet of water here isn't like 10 kilograms the way that it is. I don't know, it's still coming out as 10 kilograms. Well, whatever. It seems to work. I never have a problem with it anyway. I have the same closed loop down here, actually. This one's a smaller one. But for my scrubber, going into my water purifier, I do the exact same thing. And then I don't have to feed it any water anymore. Seems to save a fair amount of water. Okay, up here, I could put a door, but I'm worried that if I fill this up with too much water, I'm just going to wind up in a place where it's going to overflow. So I think what I'm going to do is have them dig this out, now that I'm ready to fill it. Dig out this portion right here, and I think the pressure of the water above this will make this breach. And it'll flood down in here. And after they've dug this out, I can build this wall. And then hopefully they don't decide to hang it on the wrong side of it. I should actually... Hold on, let's cancel that for a second. I do need to get the rest of the wiring set in here before I close this in. Where's my wiring? Alright. This seems to be all set up properly. Oh, this needs to be on here. This needs to be on here. And actually, I'm going to deconstruct wires. Let's control the pump here, too. And I'm going to send the wire this way. And do a second power switch. So I have better control over that pump power. I want to be able to turn these things off and on. So if I don't want to waste the power, I can. Without shutting off systems in a whole big section area. Which means I probably should set up this purifier on that same switch. So let's go back to the wiring. Connect this up here like that. I'm going to need to deconstruct the wires in this spot right here. And then we'll replace it so that it goes just up to this. There. So that way if I'm not running the purifier, if I'm not running the pump. I think that'll work out well. Oh, we just ran out of power on everything again. I really need to get some more coal. Let's get this open so you guys can collect coal. Let's see. So we want to sweep up the coal specifically. I can't pick just the coal, I guess. Oh, no, the door's open. Close the door. Oh, man, this thing's going to walk right out the door now. Ah, drat. I knew that was going to happen. I kind of want him to be in a little pit, so I don't have to worry about him working the door. If he just can't get out of the space, it would be a little better. Oh, don't get squished. The puffs can get squished in the doors, but apparently he can't, because he just did fine. Oh, he left some coal out here for me. That's good. I need to find a big pocket of coal. This just isn't cutting it. Little Hatch is cute and all. He does produce a nice little supply of coal, but it's not really enough to keep all my stuff going. And he just ate the sand out of my purifier. Stop that. Now someone's going to have to restock that. Oh, that's funny. Normally he burrows. Oh, there you go. Oh, I guess they can only burrow if there's like a natural patch. That's interesting. I should put him in a room with no spot for him to burrow in, and then he'll be awake and eating the whole time. That might be a better idea. Alright, we'll leave that for now. They can grab the coal and stuff out of here and restock this thing. That stinks. It's got to be possible to isolate all the gases and liquids in tanks and create a self-feeding cycle, don't you think? To a certain degree. The trouble is there are certain gases you can't really deal with and others that you can, so... yeah, you kind of can create a bit of a system. So, like, for example, the contaminated water goes in here. It's going to leave behind contaminated gas, which we technically could run through... what's it called? The thermal regulator to cool it down low enough that it drops down into liquid oxygen. The hydrogen we have contained in this space that we're using to generate power, which I can actually turn off now because I've cleaned up all the gas that's in there. Chlorine gas there's no use for. Carbon dioxide, I have it going to the scrubber at the bottom, but you could also technically pump it into a compressed room and then have the scrubber sitting in that room. Probably more efficient in terms of the power usage. Just because right now this is scrubbing, but it's not really scrubbing much of anything because the air down here is relatively clean. It's cleaning up the air that's coming from the coal generator, so this never really goes anywhere. It just goes right in the scrubber. But I could be doing something with this up here probably and pumping it down below too, so that gets a lot cleaner. But I don't really want to use the power, and that's the trouble. Does anyone know if they're going to be adding anything new soon? Yeah, they actually had a stream today on Twitch where they were showing the new items that they're going to have in the game. They're supposed to be coming out in a test environment around the 15th of March. Oh, this is leaking now. I need to build a wall. Let's get this in here quickly before this busts through on me. It's supposed to be coming out in the test environment around the 15th, and then I think the actual release is supposed to be around the 21st or 25th, something like that. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I have coal right here. That's funny. Got that coal. I should get all this stuff. Might as well clean that out. All right, that's sealed in. This is dripping. At some point, it's going to break through, and we'll get the flood through into this space. And then we'll see whether this does any cracking. I think with the double layer, it should be fine. But we'll find out soon enough. How did we get liquid water in here already? I don't even know. This purifier must have pushed water out, even though it wasn't feeding anything. That's so weird. Oh, the pump's going. Turn that off for now. Let's let that water fill up. If you send CO2 to a hydrogen generator, then it eats it. Oh, really? That is so funny. That's got to be a bug. I'm sure that's not an intended outcome. I mean, my scrubber is working fine, but it does consume power. Let's take one of these bins, and I want to find one of these that has some fertilizer in it, because if I can turn it off the fertilizer, then it should drop on the ground, ideally, and then they can store that in the... Man, where did I put all that stuff? I turned all these things so they wouldn't store fertilizer, but I had to go somewhere. This is ridiculous. Nope. Nope. Alright. Well, that stinks. No, don't do that. I don't want contaminated dirt in there. Alright. This thing is set only to fertilizer, and it's not storing anything right now. I need to find something else I can put in there that the hatch can eat that I don't want to use later. If you missed the stream on Twitch, you should go check it out. from the developers, Clay. They do a stream once a week that's called Rhymes with Play. And they were showing off some of the cool new stuff that's coming out in the release. So they're adding a new biome that's a frozen biome, so it has like ice and snow. There's going to be damage taken from temperature, so if you get super hot, your duplicates will be damaged by it. If they're super cold, then they won't like that either. In that biome with the ice and snow, you can actually melt the ice and snow and get water out of it. They're adding in something that's making a little bit more sustainability. So they're putting these steam vents in these little slime pocket areas, and the steam vent produces both steam and water, which is kind of cool. How long will the stream last? I was planning until about midnight Eastern time, so what was that, like a total 2.5 hours? So that we'll see how everything's going. I want to do a little exploring today. I haven't really done any of that. I'd kind of like to check some stuff out. All right, so this water dropped through, which is good. It handled this. I really should have made the opening here maybe a little bit bigger. Nevertheless, we have some contaminated gas in here that I don't want to muck around with now, so I'm not going to open that in the near future. Until I can put some sort of a sealed entrance here, maybe. Maybe I can put one like right here, a little bit of like an airlock or something, and have them go up and climb up higher, because I'm going to need to release these other pockets down into this space also. Maybe I should do that. I guess if I put it right here, it might work. I'm going to build a ladder here. Like so. Oh, we got stress building up here. Who's stressed out? Captain Cookie. Let's get him on the table. Not sure what he's doing, but he's not liking it. How much have I missed? Hi, Stuff and More. We've been going for a little more than an hour. So I started about 9:30 Eastern time tonight. So a little bit earlier than I often stream. Normally I tend to start at like 10 o'clock at night. Just based on available time and whatnot for myself. But I was able to start a little bit earlier today. Okay. If I think I can build like this. And it may not cause a breach, because they're going to be doing it through a floor. So I think that might work okay. And then I'll cut away in here so they can have a little walkway, and I'll make a tunnel going upward so I can get to this other water. What was the show name for the developers? They call it Rhymes with Play, but it's actually just on the Clay channel. So Clay is spelled Klei. No, you haven't missed a ton of stuff and more stuff. We did some building up here to create a little bit of a water purification system, and actually I need to turn this on so we can get that purifier going. We can fill this up with clean water. We built a new battery room down here. We have a little pet hatch walking around here somewhere. He's hiding in the dirt over here right now. Oh, actually, that's a really bad place for him. It's hot over here. 52 degrees. He needs to move. Like, come over this place. It's a little cooler on this side. 24 degrees over here. Your air hydrogen pumps are wasting water. I think so? I have it on a restrictor down here, so it's only sending a certain amount. But even though I have it set at 2,000, it's still pumping through 10 kilograms, so I don't know. Power problems. Alright, I think I'm going to put a second manual generator in here. Tired of running out of power. Let's set it right over here, maybe. These things produce heat, though, so maybe we'll put it on this side. Right where there's already a plug. No more duplicates. Reject all. I have enough food for them. Holy. 61,000 kilocalories. Hi, Kelly Cross. How are you? Oh, in Virtual Holocaust, you need to look on Twitch as well. It's not actually on YouTube. You'll find it on Twitch for the Clay stream. It was just today around around 6 Eastern. What are these guys doing? They're idle. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. If you guys are idle, then we could probably put someone else on a massage table. Let's get Sean Ellis on there. We've got 2 people on the bike. Nobody's building up here. Maybe they can't reach this. If I take out this rock here, though, then I'm going to wind up with a problem where the gas is going to leak through. So I guess I'm going to have to... They can work diagonally. So let's destroy this. We'll dig up this. I'm going to destroy what's here, because apparently they can't do what I thought they could. And work through the floor. And then once they're in this space, I can, and they get this destroyed, I can just plug that in with another block. Oh, geez, they're going to go right in the inside. That works well. Let's make this higher priority for you guys, just because I don't want gas leaking out. So what are we doing? So I'm actually, I set up a tank so I could do some water purification so we can clean out, I have like tons of contaminated water up here, and I also have a really good stock of sand. So in my filtration medium, I've got like almost 60,000 kilograms of sand. So I'm just using that with a water purifier for now to clean this out. Later on, when we run low on sand, I'm going to be using instead a steam method to clean out the contaminated water. Because once you run out of sand, you got to clean it somehow. Still having tons of power issues. That's not ideal. I'd really like to find another pocket of coal. Or barring that, get this guy to do a little bit more eating. So I'm going to need to put some food in this container. What can we put in here that he's going to eat? I don't want algae. I don't really want seeds. Clay. I can put clay in there. That'll work. And then if I go up to one of these containers, I can go to cultivatable soil and we'll ditch the clay. Should we do it on both of these? There we go. What priority do I have those things set at? No, they're all 5s. Alright, and then if I get them to sweep up what's here... Nope, no, sweep. 6. This will get them to put the clay down in the container down bottom, hopefully. Please run it down bottom. No! Well, that backfired. I gotta turn all these things off of clay, so none of these containers will store clay. Otherwise, they're gonna go to the closest one and keep just sticking it in here. When really what I want is all this clay to be in the container down bottom. Looks like a lot of these don't even have clay in them, so that's okay. I shouldn't overload the one down there, I don't think. And the cool thing about the hatch is not only does he eat the resources and produce coal for you, but he'll eat it right out of the storage little storage container, so you don't have to have it just laying on the ground. Oh, look, there's actually a fair amount of clay in here. This is one thing I hope they update later on and let you choose the settings you'll have on your storage containers in terms of what's kept in them all at once, instead of having to do each individual container at a time, because it's kind of a little bit tedious. Cultivatable soil, clay. Okay. So I think that should work. Oh, I got a little buggy. It's kind of hanging in midair. Let's sweep all that up. And then they'll hopefully store it all down here. You know he's not reading this, right? I do actually read chat. Sorry. It's just that I get focused on the game a little bit and then I forget to look back over. Got this game 3 days ago, you said. I can't scroll back up again because if I click off of this, the game collapses. Made the hatch eat clay. In France, we say les vrais strass. Okay. Are you going to try Lego Worlds? Yeah, I definitely am. I haven't picked it up yet, but I've heard that's really good, and I definitely want to try it out. Bye, Kelly Cross. Or at least I assume you're saying bye-bye to me. How often do you do the stream? Only maybe once a week right now. Every now and then I'll kind of splash in a random stream when I have time to do one. But I don't have a really consistent time frame to stream, unfortunately. Mostly it's just based on when I can find the opportunity. How am I going to do this in a way that isn't going to result in a whole bunch of contaminated water spilling down this walkway? Alright, I probably should put some kind of a door in here. Hold on, cancel this one in the middle if I can. Get rid of this. Nope. Sorry, I just canceled all your work, buddy. We'll put some sort of a tile floor here. And then I'm going to put a sideways airlock in here. I don't know if that'll actually keep the water in, though. We'll have to see. Yes, Kelly Cross, I can see you. Increase the priority of the container for the monster. We'll take away from the other containers for what you want on it. Yeah, that probably would have been the better way to go about it. The trouble is I don't want them to give up other tasks in favor necessarily of going down here. I have 53 kilograms stored down here, and that's it. I could have sworn I had more clay than that. Oh, you know what it is? The clay is produced by the air deodorizer, and I've only got one of them running right now, and I actually don't even need the one that's here. This thing's actually a waste of resources right now. I'm going to deconstruct that. But I could use some up here if I want to purify some of this, since I have so much sand. So you stream this game once a week. Yeah, I have been streaming this game once a week. And then I also do some videos on it as well in between. And then every now and then I stream other games as well. Just sort of like a... It's really kind of almost at random when I stream. I'm kind of a little odd that way. Tote Tice is fake because sometimes it is not. I'm totally confused. I have no idea what you're saying. Alright, so... we're getting a lot of carbon dioxide here again. Where's my air pressure? It's not really strong in here. It's surprising, actually, with the amount of... Oh, only one pump is working. The power problems. Urgh. You can also dig up clay... I'm a sub, but I got a balance, buddy. Thanks for tips, yada yada. Alright, thanks for coming to check out the stream, Virtual Holocaust. Appreciate that. Hope you have a good evening. Oh, he keeps eating my filtration medium. This guy's got to go away. I've got food for him over here, but he's not going over to it. He's too busy eating out of my pump, or out of my water purifier. Oh, wait. Wait for it. Close the door. No, you're going to bed. Ah! I had him. You should do a quick setup video from earlier cycles. Yeah, I was actually planning to do that already. It is kind of important to get set up initially at the start. The thing is, there's not really like one perfect way to do it. But I'm planning to do maybe like just a short video that shows like the stuff that I try to tackle in the first 10 cycles to get set up. And then from there, you can kind of expand out and do almost anything. If I could get consistent power, I bet you this would cycle this water through a lot better. It's only going to one of these 3 liquid vents, though. I think I set that up wrong. I should go fix that. I need a triple pipe inside instead of just having all 3 vents sitting here. Let's do it like this. If we go to my plumbing, we can sit like this, and this will divide it the way that I want it. And then I'm going to need to deconstruct liquid pipes down here. And I think that should resolve that. Insufficient oxygen generation. Grr. Need more power. My coal generator's running at least, so that's good. So, what are you doing in there? Get out. I think he closed himself inside. He did. Come on. He ran in, put something in the storage compactor, and closed himself in. Okay, this is where you go out now. Open the door. That was actually pretty lame. Nobody accuses the duplicates of being exceptionally smart. Do you plan on any Subnautica Subarctica updates? I assume you mean Subnautica. I've already played the double update, and actually I'm going to do another video on the diseases update they just added. So the disease research facility now has stuff inside it. Figures like right after I go down and check it out, they add things into it. So I'm going to head back down there and check that out. This is still not dripping consistently. What's going on here? Alright, I think I need to deconstruct liquid pipes that are in here. That might actually get rid of the vents on me, but I can rebuild them. Put a too high wall, space from your pet door. Your guys can get in, but the pet cannot. Actually, he was jumping over the too high wall. It has to be higher than that. The hatch can clear it. I had a too high wall at one point. He was just going right over it. On one side, he had a little stepping stool because there was a sand block there. But, oh, he's still eating the sand. I'm going to have... You know what? I'm going to wind up having to splat this guy. Let's open the door. Because if he keeps eating the sand on me, my filter can't work in. Oh, he almost went in. Chase him in. Ah, no. There's no way to herd these guys. Aw, stop eating my resources. Go eat the coal, or eat the clay. Ah, there's just no controlling that guy. Let's get rid of that. This is doing a good job of cleaning out some water in here. We're getting a little bit in here. Not as good a job as I want. I gotta fix that plumbing I just broke. Yeah, there we go. See how that pans out. Well, the hatch had a stepping stool on one side, but on the other side he didn't, and he was jumping back and forth. So he wasn't sticking just to the one side he could get to. He was going over both of them. On the plus side, he doesn't eat coal because he poops it out. So he's not eating it out of my coal generator, which is good. Because I kind of need that power. I'd like to make maybe even a second one at this point because I'm struggling for power so much. But since I'm hurting for coal, that's not really going to net me anything. That's all dirt. Grr. Okay, how am I going to handle this up here now? I need the stuff to flow through, but I don't want it to all back up on me. So let's do a little piping in here. Dig this out. And dig this out, which is going to cause a little bit of an issue with some contaminated air. So let's get this in here. Yeah, they don't really have good air to breathe up there, though. Yeah, I make a lot of typos when I type, too. It's okay. My issue is I tend to type too fast, and then I end up, like, typo, backspace. Ooh, the water level is actually dropping pretty steady in here now. It was holding up really, really well, but now it's kind of dipping down a bit. On the plus side, they're pretty much not going and taking any water. Because I'm not using the musher, so that's good. I mean, they're just living off the lice, which is, you know, disgusting, but it's better than them sucking up all the water on me. Which means I can use this basically solely for oxygen generation. Okay, I want them to build this here, though, so I can get this to flow over. Let's do priority 6 on this, because I want to get that built, because we're going to get contaminated oxygen down here sooner or later. Is this starting to drip properly now? Yes, it is. Good. Alright, we're getting triple drops now, so this should start to fill up well. So let's see if I can keep the power going. Double treadmills, a coal generator, and a big bank of batteries, and I'm still having power problems. Ugh. Alright, let's get this turned back on. We can get some power generation. Is there a limit on how big you can expand your base? Nope, not as far as I've seen. It's pretty much just until it collapses under its own weight. So, obviously, if you make it too big, then you have a lot of trouble. Who was I supposed to put in there? Jamie McNair and I Am Bro. If you make it too big, then it's hard to supply all the resources for it. Keeping a good stock of oxygen and things in it, a good pressure level. But outside of that, I think you can just make it infinitely big. I've seen some pretty big ones online. I mean, we're at cycle 66, and I've seen people as high as like cycle 300. Kelly Cross, I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying. You should get the painting, but I'm not sure what painting is. Jillian Dodd. This and Subnautica, I'm definitely subbed, yeah. Yeah, I play this, God, I've got a bunch of games on the go right now. I'm having trouble even keeping track of what I'm playing anymore. War of Time, alright. These guys are... Who's not on the massage table that should be? Where's Jamie McNair? Let's set these a slightly higher priority. Yeah, that one's already a... Wait a minute, that one's a 6. Get Jamie McNair on here. Where are you? Get down here. That should be higher priority than everything else they're doing. Aside from... They seem to prioritize harvesting crops above a lot of other things, but... Why isn't he on the massage table yet? Where is he? Oh, he is on there. Oh, gosh. Who's not on the table then? I am bro. That's who's not. No, dude, where are you going? Oh, he's packing clay. Nice. Oh, wait, the hatch is going back. Slow it down. Close door. Oh, wait, he's going to close the door while he's in there. Just watch. Oh, he didn't. Nice. Ah, got you. Okay, out here, I'm going to have a problem with none. Whoops. Ugh. None of my other storage compactors are going to store clay, so I'm going to set this one up to store clay also, once they build that. Wow, look at the skills on this guy. I'm going to reject them all, though. Yeah, you got it. Yep. Okay, so we finally got him trapped inside, and he's got a little place to burrow, but I don't want him to do that, so I really should get rid of that. Trouble being, if I go in that room, he's going to get out again. Maybe I'll just leave him in there for now. Hopefully he'll make some coal for me. Okay, this is working up here. I'm going to need to break this out. Okay, this dugout in here first, which is going to release a whole bunch of this gas, but I'm probably going to have to, like, tile this over the top so that I end up with, like, a second roof in here that the water can just kind of roll along. But I'm going to break out most of it and then let it breach the same way as I did this one, so they don't have a gush of dirty water fall down on me. Hopefully. That's the plan, anyway. Oh, we got contaminated water in here. How'd that happen? Let's mop that up. Somebody clean up that mess. Which means we probably have some down here. We do. Did someone throw up? I don't think they did. Some of it must have leaked down from up here somehow. Clay. Contaminated oxygen. We have some of that trapped in there already. Where did that contaminated water come from, I wonder? Nobody's stress got high enough that they should have been throwing up, so it must have leaked from up top somehow. Let's get Sven Games on here. Give him a break off the little hamster wheel. Sorry, Sven. Oh, all my food that's why they're not storing it. All my food containers are full. Let's do another ration box. They're just leaving the mealworms laying on the ground though I have so much. 67,000 kilocalories. That's a little crazy. Is your hydrogen leaking? Do liquids and gas leak from corner to corner blocks? Yeah, they do, actually. So it's okay as long as you have something in that corner. But when I took the piece out here, I had to backfill it into this spot in order to stop it from leaking. Not only can the duplicates reach corner to corner, but liquids and gases can go corner to corner also, which is not ideal sometimes. But if you've got a good idea on how the priority system works, I understand the basic function, but not sure if the value of each number goes up and down. So you start off with priority, you just start off at 5. And that's just your default priority for everything. And then you can kind of tier up. So in a way, if you build a whole bunch of things in advance, you can say, okay, I want you to do this first, and then this, and then this, and so on and so forth. You can even set lower than 5 priority on things so that it's only if they're idle will they go and do it kind of thing. But I haven't really had a use for that yet. In part because I'm only working with 6 duplicates. So maybe if I had a whole bunch of them, then I might want to use priority a whole lot more. When I first started playing my first couple games, I was doing a lot of prioritizing and trying to micromanage what they were doing all the time. And that just became a headache both for me and apparently for them too, because their stress was always bad. Who's on the table here? I am bro. Who should be on the table? Sven Games, where'd he go? Did he go to bed? That's weird. They don't normally get off the massage table to go to bed. Yeah, there we are. I think maybe I need to set a higher priority on this. Set these in 8 maybe, so when I tell someone to go on the table, they'll choose that over everything else. Does a 5 stay as valuable if there's a lot more 5s? Well, yeah. If everything's a 5, they'll kind of pick on their own what to go and do. But obviously, if you have a ton of 5s, then they're just going to kind of randomly go around and do whatever. There seem to be certain tasks that even if they're at the same priority, they'll still do first. Like, they'll tend to gather crops before they'll do something else that's set at the same priority. As you can see, I have this building this ration box at a 5, but they decided to go down here and harvest instead. So it's kind of, you know, it seems like they'll prioritize harvesting over other things that are at the same priority level. But then otherwise, deconstructing things is the next highest in priority. They'll choose to do that over building things unless you have something that's like a higher priority than it. And then after that, they get into like digging and building. Okay, this is going to be a little bit messy. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but let's see if we can... build like this. I'm really worried I'm going to break through this thing and it's just going to gush all over my base. I have an airlock here, but if they go in and out of it, the water will leak down. Oh, wait, cancel. No, drat. I should have paused. Oh, they can get through. Tell me this guy's not stuck in there. Stop that. Oh, they can climb through corners. I've never seen them do that before. That's cool. Okay. Alright, learn something new every day. I had no idea they could do that. Let's put a little ladder there for him, and then he should be able to dig out. Well, let's dig this a little wider. You know what? Let's cancel this one so he does the other one first. Otherwise, for whatever reason, he's liable to dig this one out and then not be able to reach the other. Let's go like that. So you can change later, just click on them. Do you name your duplicates after people or no? Yeah, actually, everyone that's in here right now is someone that was watching in the last stream when we started this particular colony. And some of them are actually in the chat tonight. So, where are we here? Where are my people? Where are my people? So Captain Cookie was in the chat tonight. I haven't seen any of the other 5 in here, I don't think, tonight. If you guys are here, speak up, because I've kind of been glancing back and forth, and I don't recall. But I know that Captain Cookie was here right at the start of the stream. Can you get paintings? Yes, you can. I have a few of them. I even have this wonderful little horribly crude painting as opposed to a masterpiece. I probably should do a few more of them to make them happy, but for the most part, I mean, they're happy with most of the areas they spend time in. So I haven't really gone crazy with it. Stress has been really, really manageable with this colony for me, so I haven't gone crazy with the paintings. Okay, so he's got that dug out. Let's dig this side out. Put a tile in here. This is going to be a bit of a race. So at some point, I'm going to actually have to like dig something out here and then tile it over so the water can all flow through. Okay, let's slow this down a little bit because this is going to be a little bit of fine work, I think. Not that slow. Come on, guys. You probably don't want to be down there, Firmingo, when he cuts the water loose. Just wash him right down into the tank below. That'd be funny. Thanks for the tips, subbed and waiting for that start of vid. Thanks, Paul Rivera. Glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that in the next couple days, actually. Oh, okay, you guys have got to get down here now. Tile this in. Get down. Just leave that stuff and tile this in. Priority 8. Priority 8. Come on, guys. This stuff is not going to hold for very long, and then all this is going to come through here. This will be the... Unless this is the one time in all the games that I played where the slime doesn't break. But inevitably, it'll leak, and it should go through. There we go. There we go. There's the leak. It's not all going to drain, though. That's the trouble. I'm going to end up with a skim of it stuck back here because it's not going to leak out. But it could be worse. Once I get most of it out, then I can go up and work on this one next, and we get that one to drop down. Getting some nice fresh water in here. That's good. This tank is still holding up all right. This one at the bottom is not even being used, so that's good. Insufficient resources. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got idle people. No, you can't be idle. There's no idling in this game. All right. I kind of want to head south. Let's do like a crazy dig now. I think if I can get through down here, this should be a good way to dig straight down. Oh, yeah. Let's hold down the shift key and make that work in a straight line. Nope, that didn't work. Go me. There's a little bit of algae down here, too. We haven't even get some algae on the way. Let's go see if we can find some magma. How do you live stream? I actually have... I'm using an Elgato HD that I use to do my streaming. It just sort of does the capture for me and sends it off to YouTube so that it shows up on the channel when I'm doing a stream. All right, this is draining really good. We got a good little flow going here. The slime's still holding up, I'm surprised, but at some point this will break loose and we'll get a bigger flood. And then with any luck, all of these pieces in here will stay intact and nothing will break and flood my base. I'm praying anyway. It should be okay. I mean, I'm not putting any pressure right in this spot, so I think it'll be okay. I wanted to break loose and just go. What did I make this ladder out of? I probably should have thought about that. Granite. Alright, I got lots of granite. I think we should be okay there. Oh, you know what? What I really ought to do... What I really ought to do is make this ladder out of sandstone. Because I have way more of that than anything else. Where are we here? Ladder... Sandstone. Yeah, 6 digits of sandstone. I think we can probably afford to make it out of this stuff. Save the granite for where I actually need some structural integrity. Can you name a duplicate after me, please? Hi, Chandre. We haven't done a ton, actually. We built this little water purification system up top here so I can start to tap into the contaminated water. Built some battery rooms and stuff down bottom. We caught ourselves a little hatch. Finally got him closed up in a room after a little bit of effort. Where is the cultivatable soil? Put clay in this one. And now we're going to go exploring. I want to go try and see if we can dig down low enough to get to some magma. That would be cool. I haven't gone sufficiently out of the main base area before, so I kind of want to do that. I just have to kind of make sure I keep an eye up here every now and then. Because, oh, look at the air pressure in here. 1,300. Oh, yeah. They have no problems. What's this contaminated air oxygen doing in here? Oh, I must have snuck down the... that's okay. Two little spots aren't really hurting anything. A couple little spots. The air in here is crazy good. Now, the poor fool that's going to climb down here, he's going to be working in carbon dioxide pretty much the whole way. So he's not going to be a happy camper, but I want to explore. Stuff and more stuff. This is actually a whole different colony. The colony where I named a character after you, unfortunately, the whole thing got wiped out. We had some oxygen issues, and they all died. Sorry, I'm coughing a bit. One time in laser tag, I was CrypticFox, but it did not work. Pretty sure in laser tag the name doesn't help you shoot any straighter. Let's set priority down here on this ladder at a 6, I think. Just so that we get somebody working down here sooner rather than later, because otherwise they're going to keep going to those other tasks like harvesting and stuff. And I kind of want them to go and check things out for me. See what cool stuff we can find. These 2 treadmills are... No, that one's a 7. Set that one into 7 too, so we make sure we have a steady supply of energy. Particularly since I ran out of coal again. I need to find a pocket of coal. It's obsidian. There's a little bit of coal there. I guess we can mine that. Let's try and get that out of there. It's not going to last long, though. It's only a tiny little bit. Yusuf. Yeah, I'm not symmetrical. Sorry. It's funny. Oftentimes I do build things like really symmetrically, but I didn't do that this time. Dr. Get Wrecked. The colony where I had somebody named after you unfortunately died. So in this colony, we have Captain Cookie, I Am Bro, Sean Ellis, Sven Games, Jamie McNair, and a Firmingull. Do you know if the speed directly affects their stress? I don't know, to be honest. I'm not exactly sure how to test it. I've made a point this time around of not doing a lot of prioritizing to tell them that to rush and do things all the time. I have a real habit initially of just picking 9 for everything. So everything was a rush. And they were always stressed really bad. I haven't really been doing that anymore, though. I've just been letting them do stuff on their own time. And I haven't noticed as much stress, but I don't know if it's just a coincidence. You can turn liquids into gases, gases into liquids, and liquids into ice. So you can probably store chlorine into ice and store it, right? I forget what the freezing temperature is of chlorine. Technically, you could liquefy it, but I'm not sure what you would do with it afterwards. I guess if it got to a point where my base was overwhelmed with it, I could probably convert it into a liquid so I could store it away and then it wouldn't be an issue. Oh, good. That finally broke open. Make sure nothing's cracking up here. Everything looks good and solid. Nice. All right, that's draining really good. Soon that will be... Oh, there's actually a vacuum in here instead of contaminated oxygen. That's really weird. I guess this one must have been completely filled to the brim, so there was no place for contaminated oxygen. That's kind of neat. I haven't seen that before. Can I have a duplicate, please? Yeah, this particular colony, I'm probably not going to bring in more than 6. Unless we get to a point where we have an overabundance of electricity and some other things. I'm kind of happy with the 6 I have in here now. Their stress is super manageable. They have a really good supply of air. I don't have to worry about food because they're keeping up really well on that. Aside from some minor power issues, this colony is pretty much self-sufficient right now, and so I don't really want to kill it or kill the balance. If somebody dies, then definitely I'll bring in another duplicate and we'll start naming people out of the stream. Otherwise, this will probably be the group that I use for this colony unless we get a chance to get bigger a little bit more manageably. Dead dupes rise the stress. Yeah, they definitely do, for sure. Never give up. Yeah. I had a couple of other colonies that I didn't give up on them, and they still died. Oh, coal! Yes! In the purple area, you can find lots of coal. The trouble is you also get in the hydrogen down here, so I have to be careful I don't break into that, because I don't want it rushing up the ladder and into my base. But that coal will be really handy for my coal power generator, because I seem to be constantly running shy on this thing. At the start of the next cycle, I'm going to open the door so these guys can go in. There's some coal sitting on the ground in here, so they can pick that up. They probably should restock that storage compactor, too. Obsidian, igneous rock. There's no coal here. Should get somebody to... Might as well grab this algae while it's here, I guess. Oh. Somebody's not happy. Off to bed, everyone. Nice. He's still eating. There we go. Can you play normal colony or one of the super hyper effective? Or one of the super hyper effective? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. As far as I know, it's just a normal colony. I haven't been doing anything crazy. All right, going to bed. Excited to hear my comments over stream. Expect to see me till the end. Good luck with the channel, bud. Thanks, Spencer. Thanks for coming to check out the stream as well. This has been... I love this game. I don't know what it is about it. I find it so addictive. I think it's just there's just so many ways to go about building things. I've seen some people do some pretty creative stuff. So it's kind of neat to just kind of do this experimenting and figure things out as you play through. Oh, this is pretty full. This is working out really good. Okay, so once this gets drained down, which is going to take a while, then we can break into the next one. This purifier's not going, though. Awaiting filtration medium. Huh. I have these guys building a ladder down here instead of restocking that, so I should probably set this at a priority 6. This is where the backward slide starts. You start prioritizing things, and then to make other things happen, you have to prioritize something else. I'm going to try to avoid doing that too much, but we'll get him up there and get that restocked with sand, because otherwise they're all going to be busy on this ladder because I set it at priority 6. Something that I didn't get right, how people fabricate slime. You don't actually fabricate the slime. You find it in pockets. So here's, like, this this little like spotted stuff is all slime. And you take the slime and you put it through the, where's the, in the refinement? Put it through the biodistiller, and the biodistiller produces water, algae, and contaminated oxygen. And then the idea is people were doing it so they could get the algae to feed into their algae deoxidizers in order to produce oxygen. Oh gosh, turn this off. We have tons of air already. This one too. So they do it to get algae so they can feed their algae deoxidizers. But the reality is, like, when you get to a certain point in the game, you're probably better off using the electrolyzers anyway. They're more efficient. They produce way more oxygen. And the bioreactors so far, or the biodistiller rather, doesn't really produce a really good quantity of algae, and your guys constantly have to run back to it. So it's really just more time consuming than of any real use. Didn't you have 5K subs? No, if you see my sub count, it shows an average of 5K, but it's actually only 4,800 and change. We're getting close to 5K, but I haven't cleared it yet. I love watching Mark and Jake play. It's funny. I have Mark being you mean like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye? Yeah, I checked out their stream, or not their stream, but their recordings earlier today. It was a bit funny. I think they jumped into the game without doing any research. Oh, there's hydrogen right there. I don't want to break into that. They jumped into the game without doing any research on how to play it, so they're definitely getting that true new user experience. It's been a little tough for them, I think. Oh, we got a morb down here. Hello, morb. Some people have been trying to use morbs to create like a consistent supply of oxygen by cleansing the contaminated oxygen that the morbs produce, but I haven't really been big on that so far. I haven't done any really wacky builds. Some people have done ones where they like try to produce all their water off of vomit, which is just nasty, but did you have your bell thing on? I get them all the time. I'm not subscribed to Mark and Jacksepticeye, actually. There's a couple of other people I subscribe to, but I spend more time creating content than consuming it, I think. So no, I don't have it on for them, actually, because I haven't subscribed. Hi, Ole Miss Gamer, how are you? Oh, do you mean on my channel? Sorry, I must have missed that. Yeah, for anyone who's in the stream now that maybe didn't get a notification that, or sometimes you don't get notifications when I put up a video or if I start streaming, you have to not only subscribe to a channel, but also click the little bell to say you always want the notifications on. Otherwise, sometimes you'll get notifications and sometimes you won't. It's kind of a weird, like, double subscription system you have to do, but... Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, they're funny and cute, yeah. I don't know about the cute part, because I'm a guy, I'm not really into that. But they are funny. I get a laugh out of Jacksepticeye. He's so animated, it's really entertaining. Alright, so I found a good pocket of coal, and there's a second one down here, so we'll have really good power generation for a little while, which will be great. And I'm going to keep going lower, and we'll see if we can get far enough down to actually run into some magma. That would be so cool. I have yet to expand far enough to get to magma. The farthest I've gone, otherwise, in just exploring, is out into like some of the slime and into some of the whatever this purple stuff is down here. Phosphorite, I guess it is. I've expanded out there, but I've never gone far enough to get to magma. So we're going to go down this way, and hopefully we can find some. And then we might even be able to tap in and send some of this water down to create steam to purify some of this water, which would be fun. I don't think we'll have time on this stream. I don't even know what time it is. My clock is hidden. 11:24. So we got about maybe another 35 minutes on this stream. So we probably won't get to the point of making steam on this one. But certainly I will keep this colony going. We're at cycle 70, and things have been going along pretty swimmingly so far. I am bro. Let's get you back on the massage table. Get your stress down. He's actually probably been the one that's been down here in this tunnel where there's no air. Who's that? Slow down. It is. Yeah, there's I am bro there. Maybe you can go take a shower, too. Clean some of the stink off. I'm going to leave this pumping, I think. Because I've got the oxygen flow going straight into here, so I don't have to worry about it too much, and this can keep running too. What's really frustrating about the hydrogen generator is that even though the meter is full, that it's full of hydrogen, it'll stop pumping if the pipe doesn't have anything in it. Hate that. I wish it would just use what you put in there. All right, down they go. Get some of this coal out of here, guys. I might actually need to bring in another duplicant. Just so that they can get more efficient at digging this stuff, because they're having to run up and down so much. Who's at 46? Is that... I am bro. Okay, he's on the table. Let's get Jamie McNair on here, too. He's at 21%. We'll get him solved for. So I've got 2 on the table, 2 on the treadmill, and that leaves 2 left. What are they doing? I guess they must be... Are they down here? Where'd they go? They're hiding. Oh, there's one. Oh, the other one's eating. Okay. Bunch. I love the animations in this game. That just cracks me up. Get that taken care of. Come on, guys. Progress halted. We got the coal right here. Go get it. Actually, if I were smart, I would make this ladder one more spot over, and then I could actually reach all the coal I want to reach. Bloop. Let's go, like, right here. And then I think they can reach 2 blocks out. So from there, I'll be able to strip the coal off of here without having to build another ladder. Oops, what happened there? There we go. Strip the coal out there without building another ladder, and then I don't want to breach through here. We'll leave the hydrogen trapped in there for now. Ooh, that's a big pocket of water. I really should do something with the gas refrigeration too, but again, I need more power. More power. If I could stock up on a good chunk of coal, then I might be willing to try to do something with some refrigeration and convert some of this contaminated oxygen into liquid oxygen. Where are we here for consumable ore? Coal. Oh, 497. Ugh. It's on the low side. Oh, I forgot to open up this door and let them go collect the coal that's in here. There's 500 kilograms of it just sitting right here in front of this bin. And the poor little hatch needs food. Set that they're priority 6, so it's higher than what this is, and then they'll move it over there when the door opens. What else can we put in here? So I have cultivatable soil. I guess in organic I could put fertilizer in case we encounter any of that. I need more to feed this little hatch. He's doing a good job making coal for me. I want to reward that. Oh, these guys are doing good down here. Nice. Let's see. We're getting down to chlorine. We've got some igneous rock bleachstone, which is good for the hand washing station, but it also produces chlorine gas, which makes it really tough to work with. I don't know if the hand washing station itself makes chlorine gas, though, because I've never made the hand washing station. I've never bothered. They actually end up washing off they got like a debuff that's called like grimy hands or something. Where are we here? One's dirty hands. They'll wash off dirty hands in the shower too. So I've never really used the hand washing station. What are you doing down here? Go to bed. Speed up time while they sleep. I am bro is still on the massage table. He's getting better. Let's get Sean Ellis on this one too. Oh my gosh, I'm at 68,000. I've filled up another storage container with food. You know what? I'm gonna let this stuff go to seed for a while and stop harvesting it. Let's just cancel that. I've got too much as it is. Ooh, why is this one stifled? Overheated. Uh-oh. Ooh. Alright. I was not paying attention to that. 85 degrees. Oh, wow. Yes, scorching in here. That's probably why I've been finding that my stress is starting to climb up a little bit faster. I'm going to need to cool the air that goes into this section of the base so that it doesn't overheat so bad from the refrigerators. And this silly micro musher, which actually I can get rid of. I don't even need it. I'm producing heat out of it for no reason at all. Because I'm living off the lice stuff anyway. So let's look at... If we look at our gas piping in here... Oh, boy. That's going to draw more power, though. That's the only thing I'm not thrilled about. What's the temperature of the air coming in here? Oh, I can't even see. Where's my gas overlay? There we go. Let's see. Okay, so the gas that's in here is not coming up. Where is it? Liquid pipe. I don't want liquid pipe. Gas pipe. 31 degrees Celsius, which is actually kind of on the warm side. So I'm pumping warm air into a warm space. 80 degrees Celsius. That is crazy hot, actually. All right. I got to do something about that. This is only 31 degrees Celsius here. Let's reroute our gas piping a little bit. Let's go like this. And then if we go into utilities, that's where we can get the thermal regulator. This will drop it by 14 degrees. I'm getting really cramped for space in here. This is crazy. This will drop it by 14 degrees, but it's going to produce heat of its own. So placing it over here is maybe not the best place. Let me rethink this. Hold on. Let's cancel this. Take a look at that gas piping again. I could run the gas piping down here instead. And that would let me maybe run it to... If I run it over here, then I can have my thermal regulator in a closed-off space over here. I'm going to do a double one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So, and then in the plumbing, we'll need to set up a gas pipe that connects the output from this one to the input of this one. The output of this one will go down this way, like so. And we'll send this gas pipe that way. And then I'm going to need to deconstruct gas pipes that are located right in here. And actually over here too. Okay, so what that'll do is it'll send the gas out. It'll go through, it'll cycle through the one cooling, the thermal regulator, which will drop it by 14 degrees. This one will drop it by another 14 degrees. And then it'll come down as cool air and will get spread into the base, and that should help cool everything out. It's going to draw more power, though, which I'm really not thrilled about, because I'm already a little precarious on the power situation. But it'll also trap the heat over here, which is kind of away from everything else that they're really doing. So it should do a lot better heat-wise, I think. Ironically, Steam is the best thing in the game, yet it's only for PC. Yeah. Getting warm in the uninsulated pet room. Well, it's insulated on one side. The temperature down here is staying pretty steady around 26 degrees. It's not really moving around too much. You can see it is a little warmer at the top. So I could put it in. I could put insulation in the battery room, because I'm probably going to need to seal that in for heat usage later when I want to make steam. Oh, I have water in here. That's weird. It's getting warm down here too, actually. But this is my primary concern, because this is the living space, and that's where they're going to start getting stressed. So let's see if we can take care of this now. And actually, I'm going to change the priority on the ladder down here back down to a 5. Where are we here? Prioritize 5. Oh, it already is. Huh, nice. And let's get this stuff up here set up as a priority 6, because I want them to tackle this first. This game really is addictive to watch. Oh, just buy it. You know you want it. Just buy it. The only thing to recognize, though, is that the game is still in an alpha, so if you do end up buying it, just recognize that it is going to have some bugs. Not everything's going to be perfect. But they've been doing some pretty good bug squashing so far. And they're already planning their next release that will have some new content in it, which I'm kind of excited to check out. You have Horizon 3, or sorry, Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn to play. I saw Horizon Zero Dawn, but I didn't pick it up. Actually, it's on PS4 and not on any other platform, I don't think, and I haven't picked up a PS4 yet, so I guess that would be kind of a requirement first. But it does look interesting to play. I really want to play Zelda, too, but I just can't justify buying another console right now. Oh, no. Come on, guys, get this work done. I want to get these thermal regulators going, and that will help cool down my base. As far as I know right now, the temperature doesn't have a huge impact on your duplicants. But with the next update, the temperature is going to play a really big part. So I want to get in the habit of keeping them at a good temperature as it is. Starbound's beta and alpha was a nightmare. Yeah. Just about any game can get really messy that way. So many more of the companies are doing these kind of like early access releases too, where you're still, you buy the game and you're playing it while it's in development, which is kind of cool because they get an influx of cash early on that helps them finish out the development of the game, and they can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. But then you just find you're constantly playing half-finished games. I think I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 different games I've been playing lately that are in like alpha or early access or whatever the case might be. Oh, you're almost finished. Come on, just a little more. Where's our gas overlay? Make sure all the pipes are good. Oh, God, it's loud. Look at the gas. Look at the gas coming out of this one. Crazy stream of oxygen. This one's going so much slower because it's going through this this gas filter, which really slows it down. Come on, you're almost done. You're almost finished. Just a tiny bit more. There you go. Nice. All right, we got air conditioning. That should make it a lot cooler. Yeah, I like when the game's released, you kind of know what you're doing. Yeah, the interesting thing I've found, though, is that so many of the games that get into early access, they just kind of stay in an early access game. They have constant iterations where they do lots of updates and stuff, but I haven't seen too many of them actually roll out and say they're a full release game. I mean, not that it's necessarily a bad thing, I guess, because all the games that I've played like that have been pretty good. But it's just interesting that they never really seem to get past that phase. I swear this thing is using up more water than it's putting out. I think I caught myself in the bug where I'm destroying water. Hold on. Let's pause this for a second. I need my actual water overlay. Come on. Liquid overlay. So this is 5 kilograms of water coming out in each little segment, and inputting is going in as 10 kilograms of water. I think I might actually be destroying water here. Because for the amount of water that I've sent down here, to turn it into just this little skim of water in the bottom of this tank is not really impressive. I really should try to move on to steam sooner rather than later. It seems to be much more efficient at producing water than using the water filter is. Like the micromanaging part of it, you can set up a cascade system. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I like trying to keep on top of all the different things that your colony is working on, and this is really kind of neat. Oh, there's another. Oh, we got all kinds of morbs down here. Okay, guys, you dug out some of that coal. We have some good power going. Let's get you down. Oh, gosh. Again with a twisted ladder. Let's cancel this out. We have more coal down here. This is great. We're going to get a good stock of coal going, I think. Just go like that, so we leave coal trapped in there. And actually, let's grab all that if we can. Look at all the lice I'm just letting go to waste. I don't have a place to store it so much. How's their temperature now? Ah, there we go. We're getting cool air here now. So that will start to spread out and hopefully get rid of some of this hot air. Ooh, things are really frosty in the bathroom. 14 or 15 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to spread out and cool down. We'll have to see. You can use valves and split the tubes using those drips. Yeah, I have it like in a really compact space, so there's not really room to put the valves in here. But what I really needed to do is, I think, limit the amount of water coming from the pump into here. It seems to put out 5 kilograms at a time, but I've got 10 kilograms at a time going into it. So I think maybe it would have been better to put a liquid valve in here and send it through at 5 kilograms. Uh-oh. Tapping out the power again. There you go, guys. Nice. Wish I could scroll farther out. This colony's getting pretty big. I think this is probably the biggest one that I've built so far. And it's really stable, too, which is even better. Because the early ones, they expanded so fast, everything got unstable and it all crashed and burned. But this one's been going great. 72 cycles in, and we don't have any problems, really. Well, aside from a little bit of power. Bye-bye. May the fox be with you. See you, Kelly Cross. Thanks for coming and checking out the stream. Appreciate that. You make the intake less before it goes in. You got it. Yeah, I could, but I've already got that room sealed off. I guess now that I've actually passed the water through, I'm going to need to make an opening here anyway. I probably should do that. So let's deconstruct this. And we can deconstruct that. And we can build a ladder in here. Dig this out. And dig that out. So we'll get a little bit of an opening through there. I'll put another airlock there. Let's get rid of this guy. Reject them for now. I wonder if I could put an air scrubber in midair. I know with some things you can, like the pumps and stuff, you can put in there, but I've never tried the air scrubber. Nope, it won't let me. Oh, that's funny. I can put it on the airlock, even though the airlock doesn't stay closed all the time. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put it here, and then we'll build tile here. I'll put another airlock door there. That way we'll have a little sealed space. Oh no, I just dropped contaminated water in. Somebody mop that up. Clean up on aisle 3. Alright, it didn't fall all the way down. That's good. That's right, clean that up. Perfect. Alright, so if they build this in, then I can actually... I'll have a little sealed airlock that they can come in and out of that should have clean air in it after it cleans up this contaminated air, which is really toxic. 2,000 grams of it per tile. That's crazy. Or I could just get working on the steam and not have to fuss with it. Yeah, that's very true. What I'm actually trying to do is dig my way down here to see if I can get to some magma. Because I'd like to use magma steam if I can, instead of trying to use the batteries for steam, because it takes so much longer to make steam that way. Getting enough quantity that you can get a good rate of condensation is really tough with the batteries. In the new update they're putting out later this month, they're actually putting a heating coil in so that you can actually like put the heating coil in with water and heat it up, which will be really neat. And there's also like these steam vents that will be in some of like the slime pockets that produce steam directly, so that you can kind of harness it and turn that into fresh water. And it's a renewable source. It just comes out constantly, which is neat. They're kind of working a little bit more towards sustainability, which right now it's really just like you're playing a long game to see how long you can last before everything falls apart on you. Let's see, I am Bro and Jamie McNair. We should get on the tables. How's our temperature? That's not helping. Oh, actually it is. Actually, it's down to 50 some odd degrees. It's still really hot over here, though. What happened? Something's not flowing here. Oh, I see. It was just a power shortage because they weren't running. They were sleeping. I get it. Temperature is dropping here at least, though, so that's good. It's not dropping as fast as I'd like it to, maybe, but it's not the worst. Look at that air. Early on, there was no way I would have had a base that had this good of air quality in it. That is ridiculous. They should have no complaints about breathability, anyway. I could probably even turn the air off for a little while and let them just run. They got almost 2,000 grams of air per tile in here. That's ridiculous. I actually should conserve power and turn it off, but I want to keep the air conditioning going. Soon those vents are going to come over pressurized in a way that the air won't flow as well, but it's going good so far. Heating coil, yeah, the heating coil really will rock. That'll be really neat. There's actually, they're going to have space heaters too, so you can heat up the air in an area, although that hasn't been an issue so far. One of the new biomes they're putting in is a frozen biome, and if your duplicates go into that area, they get cold and they don't like it. It increases their stress. And I think if they stay in there too long, they're supposed to take damage too. Seems like unless you have a steam boiler in place, your survival depends on sand. Yeah, it really kind of does, because you end up having to filter everything, right? Either that, or you can use the thermal regulators to turn contaminated oxygen into liquid oxygen, but it's not energy efficient, unfortunately. It's really hard in the system. Nobody's digging down here because they're all busy doing other random tasks. I think I might add another duplicate. Is there a benefit to having so little people? Yeah, there really is. So I'm using 6. I've seen some people use as few as 4. By having fewer people, you have to produce less food. They consume less oxygen, produce less carbon dioxide. So, and then you're managing less less stress. So it's mostly just resource consumption. I'm at the point now though where I'm producing tons of oxygen, so that's not a problem. I have more than enough food, so that's not a problem either. Realistically, I could be adding duplicates at this point, and I think I'm going to. In order to do that, though, they're going to need living quarters. What have we got over here? Carbon dioxide. I'm going to break the wall out over here. We'll make another little space for some more beds. Let's deconstruct this. We'll extend the bedroom out this way. I should probably do the same thing up here, actually, which means I'm going to need to mine all this out. Let's dig all this out of here. I don't want to create too much of a nook over here, or I might have trouble with gases getting trapped in that spot. So far, the way that I have the living quarters set up, the gases pass through really easy, and I wanted that to keep being the case so they don't get carbon dioxide stuck in here. You can't do as much, can't multitask. Yeah, you can't multitask nearly as much with only 6 duplicates, but resource-wise, it's much more efficient. Which I think makes the early part of the game a lot easier, and then as you get farther into the game, it becomes more important to have more duplicates, I think, because then you want to have more on the go. Like right now, I really want to be digging down here, but I've got them all busy doing other tasks, so I think I'm going to bring in 2 more duplicates. We'll raise the number up to 8. And I shouldn't have any more issues with air, so it should be fine that way. Early on, I really didn't want to task out my air and stuff too quickly. Just control your ADD and your golden, yeah. Pretty much. Alright, so I actually have enough room here for 2 beds, I think. I don't even need to build a second floor up here, so... but I do want... I want this all to kind of... I'm really anal retentive, so I'm gonna I'm gonna make this all kind of line up on the same level. Hopefully they can reach all that. Oh, who we got stressed? Sean Ellis. He's at 41. Let's get him on here. His temperature is not coming down considerably. It's funny. I'm cooling the air by like 28 degrees lower, so that it's coming out of here. It's coming out of here a lot cooler, but it's not really helping to cool off that room very much. Oh, it's still coming out at 27 degrees. That makes no sense. Okay, hold on. It's going at 25.7. It's running through 2 thermal regulators, and it's coming out at gas pipe contents empty, even though I'm showing a tile of oxygen. That makes no sense. .4 degrees. So it should be coming out of here pretty cold, but I don't know. Fortunately, right now, I mean, heat isn't really a big issue in the game. They haven't made it so that it's something that you have to do a lot of control with, but... Dude, you sound like Slipgator. I'm going to take that as a compliment, hopefully. If I'd seen more of his stuff, I would try an impression, but I don't want to insult the guy. I'm definitely not doing stuff in things, though. Does the material that you build stuff affect on the heat and stress? It does, actually, yeah. So if you look at the material that you make tiles out of, for example, if you do sandstone, it gives you a +5 to decor. Actually, most of the stuff gives a +5 to decor, so it improves on the just the normal terrain. The gas permeable tiles, they actually have a -5 to decor. And the heat that you make things out of does have an effect. So if you look at like our thermal look in here, you can see some of the materials that I've used are colder than others. And the way the game is right now, like here's an example. So this ladder here is temperate, but this section of ladder is actually chilled. Same thing with down here. And this door is warm, but this door here is temperate. So it actually it keeps the heat setting of whatever you built it out of right now. That's going to change. With the update that they're putting out later this month, materials will properly change temperatures according to the environment that's around them. But the way it is right now, when you build it, it stays that temperature. See you, Deathstalker. Thanks for checking out the stream. And thanks for subscribing to the channel as well. That's awesome. Stuffing things. I like Slipgator. Okay. If they built that one section, but they didn't do this one. What are they waiting for? Oh, the unreachable. Why was this reachable, but the other one wasn't? That makes no sense to me. All right, we'll give them a little ladder. There. That'll make it reachable for them. I can't fathom how they actually got these ones here to build, but they didn't get those ones. Maybe these, I don't know. Maybe they, did I leave a chunk of rock or something here they stood on? I wasn't paying attention. All right, I probably don't even, you know what? I don't even need that second ladder. Let's save the, no, too slow. I should have hit pause. I don't even need the second ladder, just wasted resources. All right, there he goes. We got somebody digging again. Oh, there's 2 people down here. Yay, more coal. We're a power producing machine now. What have we got coal-wise? Consumable ore, 8,500 kilograms of coal, so that's pretty good. I won't complain about that at all. I should dig out some of the dirt under here, because I'm going to need to make a way for the gas to get through. Which means that I'm going to need more tiling. Which means I'm going to need to dig more dirt out. Which means I'm going to need more insulated tiling. No rest. Alright, there you go. Let's get some tiles up here, actually. I shouldn't have built that all out of normal tile. That was silly. How does the hydrogen generator work? Not very well would be the direct answer. So basically, I don't have this set up super well right now because I've been sucking up all the hydrogen. I should actually turn this off. Save a little bit of power on this pump. Come on, let's turn that off. Okay, so I have in here 2 electrolysers going, and they're producing oxygen for me that I'm pumping out to supply the crazy amount of oxygen I've got on my base right now. So they produce lots of oxygen, but they also produce hydrogen. So you want to use them in an enclosed space. Now I put them personally into one big room, and then try to work with that. But I've seen people use a bunch of smaller rooms where they'll have like one pump, one electrolyzer, and they'll just work with it that way. But I don't know, for whatever reason I like to pack it into one big room. So these produce the hydrogen, which is lighter than air, so it floats up to the top. And it will end up building up pressure up top here, and you'll end up with a division where the top will be all hydrogen and the lower portion will be all oxygen. And then I just pump the hydrogen down to my hydrogen generator. The trouble is the hydrogen generator is a little busted right now. It'll fill up this little bar on here to show how much hydrogen is stored inside of it. However, if there's nothing coming in on the supply pipe, the generator will stop even if this is showing that it's full. That's a bug they have to fix, and I think it's supposed to be corrected in the update that's coming out later this month. But in the meantime, you get some pretty intermittent usage out of the hydrogen generator. For the most part, you're using the hydrogen generator just to destroy the hydrogen that you end up producing a whole bunch of. And you get some power out of it, but it's not working perfectly yet. Let's see, we got how long until 292 seconds until another duplicate comes in. And then I think let's see, we already have a Captain Cookie. I need a name. Who wants a duplicate in here? These guys are doing a good job of digging down here, and that's good. So now the trouble is I am gonna end up with a little bit of carbon dioxide trapped in this corner right over here, I think. The same as I have over on this side, just because of the way the air pressure works. But hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's deconstruct this. Alright, Jillian, you were first to speak up, so you'll be the next duplicant, and then Ole Miss Gamer, you can be the next duplicant after that, because I'm going to bring in 2 more. I love how well the stress is being managed in this colony. If you've watched any of my earlier videos when I started playing this game, stress was a huge problem. They were smashing all my machinery on me and puking all over the floor. It was disgusting. They're doing a lot better now. I like that. Let's get this swept up in here, and then we'll build our little... Actually, do I even have... I need more storage containers. That's crazy. I can't believe I filled them all. Got 3 more going here. Make that 5 more. This colony's going really good. If I can keep it up this way, we should go to a really high number on our cycles this time around. Jillian, high five. Hey, Joel, thanks so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the video and that you subscribed. That's really cool. What kind of device is good against stress? Well, there's a few different things. So you can do if you do any kind of decor, so like your canvases, your flower vase, your sculpting block, those will all help with your stress. If you see in here, you can see the decor layout that I have. For the most part, I haven't worried about the areas of the base where they don't really spend any time. Instead, I focused all my decor in the areas where they actually are going to be. I've seen some people put like paintings absolutely everywhere, so they have like green every space that people might go. But as far as I can see, you don't need that much. Instead, if you focus on the places where they are, actually, these guys spend a lot of time running on this treadmill. I should probably do something about that. Choose a duplicate. All right, Jillian. Let's see if we can get one in here. Oh, we got a narcoleptic vomiter. Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Her trait, though, is a quick learner. We've already done all the research. That's not going to give us a lot of benefit, but she does have fast construction. We could take Stacy, who's a bodybuilder that's not athletic. I don't know how that works, but she can't dig. Or we can do Ellie, who's got some good digging, and I've been doing some more of that lately, so I should do that. But she's a bit of a farter. Well, I'm sorry, Jillian, but you're going to be a bit of a farter. All right, so Jillian Dodd. There we go. We'll bring Jillian in. Printer. There we go. Welcome to the colony, Jillian. Try to keep your flatulence under control, please. Oh, gosh. Let's build you some furniture. You're going to need... I need a cot. I probably should just put 2 in here since I'm planning to bring in 2 duplicates. I'll go like so. Apparently also lights help with stress too. Oh, my pet. You're right. I should check on him. And he doesn't have any food. I'm still... I keep forgetting. I'm late in the cycle again, so I don't want to open the door. He'll get out. Somebody remind me in the chat when the new cycle starts to go restock this storage compactor so he can make more coal for me. Because I think... What's this lump of coal at right here? 500 kilograms of coal he pooped out. That's a pretty impressive amount of poop. Oh, yeah, when Jillian's going to be sleeping, she's going to be farting up a storm. You better watch out. Okay, let's get into decor. Put a couple blank canvases in here so that they feel a little more happy with the space. Actually, do I have flowers I can plant? Ooh, I have one briar seed I can plant. It's so hard to find the briar seeds in this. I'm not sure what the deal is. Apparently, you can find seeds in like the cracked pieces of ground, but I haven't made a concerted effort to try to track them down. Oh wow, they dug all the way down here. Okay, we got coal, we've got algae. Let's pause this for a second. I don't want to let this chlorine or these other gases out here, so I'm going to try to steer around them and see if we can. This is going to be a little funky, but we'll build a ladder down to here. And then I'll get them to dig out this way. What is this? Oh, phosphorite. So they can dig out in the phosphorite over to here. That's going to be messy. To build another ladder down. To dig out some more space. So that we can dig another ladder down from there. At some point, we're going to run into a big pocket of gas we can't go around. And then I'm going to kick myself. Alright, there we go. Next duplicate, 1,500 and some odd seconds. And actually, I'm pretty much at the end of the time that I had set aside for the stream. So what I'm going to do is wait until the next duplicate comes in so I don't forget to name it after Ole Miss Gamer 32. And we'll get that duplicate added into our little fold. And then I think I'm going to call it a wrap after that on this colony build. It's been going really well. Like, I'm really impressed with the stress and the oxygen levels. I have never seen my colony look this good for air. It's really kind of ridiculous, actually. I still haven't used a ton of water out of here, even with those 2 electrolysers going, which seems crazy to me somehow. And we're going to get a good restock of water up here. So far, so good, I think, overall. Hold up. Did I just skip 10 seconds? Cryptic, help me, please. I don't understand what you mean by skipping 10 seconds, but... do you know how to make liquid oxygen? Yes, I do. Actually, I made a little tutorial video if you want to check that out on the channel. I've only done 4 tutorials so far, but I'm going to do a few more of them. One of the ones I did create was one on how to make liquid oxygen. There is another method to make liquid oxygen than the one that I used. Oh, I just blocked off a battery with this sand. I need to dig that out. Let's do that priority 6 because these batteries are entombed. There is another method you can use to create liquid oxygen that still uses the thermal regulators, but you can create a little loop and then manually turn the loop off when it gets cold enough. The trouble with that one is if you forget to do it and it gets too cold, then it will crash your game. If it gets down below 0 Kelvin, which is like minus 290 plus something like minus 293 degrees or something like that is 0 degrees Kelvin, or is it minus 283? I can't remember. Anyway, if it gets too cold, it gets below absolute freezing, and then the game crashes when you try to let it loose. So I've instead gone with the option of just stringing together like 16 of those regulators, but it sucks a huge amount of power. What I was actually thinking of trying next time was using just a small room and cycling the air in and out of the room over and over again, but I'm not sure if it'll ever get cold enough that way, so I'll have to see. Oh, these guys are digging really good, but we're not... I still haven't found magma. Like, look how far down we've gone. I think I might have to wait until the next video to find the magma, because we're not getting down there fast enough. I spent too much time building my little water purifier, I think. But I am happy with this setup. It seems to be working well. I even have air up here. Everywhere in my base I have breathable air. This is great. Well, it's not really high concentration here, but it's there. You can also use that same method with by circulating through multiple of the what are these called? The thermal regulators. You can do stuff like frozen carbon dioxide, liquid carbon dioxide. Although I haven't found a reason to do that yet. So you can make dry ice, but with no dry ice machines, you still can't have a party. Oh, somebody forgot to remind me. I gotta unlock this door so we can get that restocked. No, you guys ran right by it. Come back up and unlock the door. Somebody go in here. There we go. Set this at a 7. Maybe they'll go restock it in lieu of the little ladder. I wonder, can I put phosphorite in here? Raw minerals. Sedimentary rock, igneous rock, granite, sandstone. Consumable ore is just coal. No, I guess I can't store phosphorite, I guess. They put a little bit in there, though. Let's close this door up again. Oh, actually, forget that. They're restocking. Awesome. They're taking all the fertilizer from the other storage containers and putting it in here because I set this one at higher priority. Can you hover over the Julian duplicate so I can see its name and screenshot? Yep, 1 second. I gotta figure out where you are. You're around here somewhere. There's got to be a faster way to do this. Maybe if I go into Vitals. Jillian Dodd. Aha, that does work. There you go, Jillian. Can't see your face, but you can see the back of your head. That's something, anyway. I'll slow this down and put it on play, and when she gets to the bottom to dig, you can get a screenshot that way. That's a long way down. Speed it up a little bit. Holy, everybody's down here digging, and this is only priority 5. There you go. You can get a screenshot. Welcome back, Kelly Cross. If your minions can build 2 blocks away, can you freeze pockets without opening them or suck out? Not exactly. So they won't build 2 blocks away through an object, but you can do kitty corner. So I don't have too many corners here that I could use as an example. But they will build kitty corner. The trouble is gas and liquid will also go through the corners, so if you end up leaving a spot that has that little corner, it's going to wind up leaking whatever's on the other side of it. Did somebody close this door? No, they didn't. Oh, I forgot to lock the door! Or did I? Haha, he stayed in there. Status closed. Oh, I did close it. Yes. Good deal. They didn't pick up the coal, though. I guess they have too much already. I've mined a whole ton of it down there. That's sweet. Here's that chamber with the hydrogen building up in it now. So you can see the oxygen down here is at like 1,300 grams, and this is a little over 1,000 grams. As the pressure builds up here, you'll see this will creep lower and lower, which is part of like the whole thing of controlling your gases. If you can keep the right pressure in different areas, it will help push gases in the direction you want. So like over here, I have some really high concentration of carbon dioxide pressed in this corner, only because the pressure right next to it for the oxygen is really high. If this goes down, this carbon dioxide will spread really quickly through my base, which means I probably should try to channel this out of here. Can I has another minion? Stuff and more stuff. I believe it's... I have the worst memory in the world. Somebody else has dibs on the next sub, though. There's a possibility an endless loop with oxygen. Well, sort of. If you can use like the contaminated oxygen, because the contaminated water produces contaminated oxygen. Why are people idle? What is going on? No one should be idle unless somebody's not capable of digging. What's going on here? Who's idle? Oh, Jamie McNair. He was looking a little winded. What's his deal? I think he's broken. What's going on with him? That was weird. Did he find the singular pocket of like no oxygen in here? That was weird. 22% stress on Sean Ellis. Let's get him on here just so it doesn't climb. I find with stress it's way easier to manage it if you keep on top of it, rather than trying to control it once it gets too high. Because then you just have to cycle people constantly onto the massage table and you don't get anything done. Who was idle? Okay, what is going on? Now I am Bro's idle. Dude, what is wrong? I have a dig order going. Idle. He's still just hanging around. The guy doesn't know what to do with himself. He's not even stressed. He's at like 1%. All right. Can he not dig? What's his deal? I am Bro. He doesn't do research. And that's it. You should be digging. Go dig. Go dig. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should just put him on a treadmill. But then someone else will be idle. I don't know what to do with that. They should be down here digging. I don't get it. Did I make something not reachable? Unreachable. No. All right. It should be fine. I don't get it. Old Miss Gamer for 32. Yes, that's it. Sorry. I keep... the trouble is that I can't scroll back in the chat. So if I miss something that you guys have said, I'm really sorry about that. But if I click off of the game to go try and scroll the chat, the Steam game collapses. And then you end up seeing you're just staring at my desktop instead of the game itself. So apologize for that. But Old Miss Gamer 32, you'll be my next duplicate in 700 seconds. When I watch bigger YouTubers, no one ever gets mentioned or called out, and small ones do. That's why I like smaller channels. I get answered, and it's really cool to get mentioned in video. Yeah, it is kind of fun. It is one of the advantages of being a smaller channel is you can interact a little bit more with your audience. By the time you get like 1 million subscribers, the stuff coming at you is just like a tidal wave. Like, how do you ever keep up with it? I've joined a couple streams where there were like 20,000 people in the stream, and the text is flying by so fast, there's no way anybody's reading any of it. All right, he's digging. We're not getting that little idle thing anymore, which is good. Who got a skill increase? Ah, Jillian Dodd. Look at that. You scaled up for running on the mouse wheel. That was quick. Oh, again with the idles. That's going to bother me. All right, what can I give these guys to do? I guess I could be harvesting some of this metal here. We're going to need this eventually. I do want to make use of this space over on this side. So I might as well start gathering the resources now. That'll give them some work to do. These guys are getting really low. I'm still not seeing any sign that there's any magma down here. Actually, where's the temperature look like? It's hot down here. That's something. Warm over in this space. I don't know. We'll see. We're definitely not getting there tonight, though. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe where sitting is gross. You're funny. Crazy Dave. I love your what do they call that? The little tag picture or whatever from Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I enjoy that game. I haven't played it enough lately. I really need to do some more of that. There's a couple games I'm going to start playing on stream, probably on some more random nights. Instead of most of the time I've been doing a lot of streams on Thursday. But if I can get to the video recording and editing and stuff done that I want to do through the week, I want to do some more streaming where I'm just playing random games that I don't normally make videos of anymore, like Rocket League and Plants vs. Zombies. I get a kick out of that game. Who's on the table? Sean Ellis. His stress is at 2%. Let's get Jamie McNair on here. How's the decor? Everything's looking good that way. I should maybe put one more picture in there. Just because I can. Make that 2 pictures. Somebody go do some art. Oh, not going to bed. How's this guy doing? Our poor little hatch down here. He's still feeling a little bit warm, but he's doing okay. 28.6. It is getting a little warmer in here. I probably should think about... Is he still building this thing up? I can't even tell. Coal, 749 kilograms. Yep, it is. He's gonna have 1,000 kilograms there soon. That's a lot of poop. That guy's very cool. I want more. Stuff and more stuff. Just had the best idea. What idea would that be? $300 seconds. Congratulations on 4,856 subs, nearly a 5K. Yeah, we're getting closer. I haven't refreshed while we've been on stream, and I know a couple people have subscribed while we've been playing, so I haven't seen the current count. But when you make me, will you also let me get a screenshot, please? Sure, no trouble. If you're lucky, I might even let you pick a character that's flatulent. Oh gosh, this game is funny. I love the art style in this game. It just makes me laugh. Looks like we're almost ready to turn this on again. Maybe not. We get a little more hydrogen build up. Now that it's not in the same shape, it's not uniform. I noticed that the hydrogen's building up a little bit of a funny way. Or maybe it's because I have a second pump down here now, so it's drawing down more gas pressure on this side, so I'm getting a lopsided hydrogen buildup. Make puffed oxygen filtration. I haven't even seen a puffed in this game yet. For whatever reason, this particular map just does not have one. I've got some morbs down here, but I haven't seen a puffed yet. If I can find one, then it would be neat to make one. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Puffed. He's been pooping a bit. Oh, I never noticed he's got a little flappy tail. So he's been doing a little bit of pooping up there, but he's pretty far up there. I'm going to have to drain more of this contaminated water out before I can get to him. Which shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're almost at the point where I'm ready for the next one to come down. I should harvest some more food since I've been eating a lot. Let's get some of this out of here. Well, they're slowly making progress down here. I should actually get some of this algae here too, I guess. I don't really need it, but it's nice to have it as a backup. So if I ever get into a crisis situation, I've got lots of algae that I can use to produce oxygen while I fix the problem. We're already up, well, we're at 1,000 kilograms, so it's not a lot yet. But there are pockets of it down there I'm going to dig out that'll give me a lot. I was wondering, what games do you have that aren't on your channel? So I have a variety of games that I play just because I like them, but don't really fit so much with my channel. So stuff like Dark Souls 3 is a great game. It's also really difficult. But it's the kind of thing that I've been doing like a lot more family-friendly content for this channel, in part because my daughter likes to pop in and watch it. Battlefield 1, variety of games like that just they don't really fit with the channel. I can't even think of them off the top of my head because I never get time to play them anymore. All right, Old Miss Gamer 32. It looks like the only female in here actually has some good traits. So you can have an iron gut, which make you eat just about anything without getting sick. But they're eating the lice anyway, so they're doing pretty well. But I can put you on the treadmill at an 8 athletics. That's pretty good. So we'll replace Nadia with Ole Miss Gamer 32. Ta-da! She's so happy. Let's print her in. Ta-da! Hold on. Pause. There she is. Hanging out with I Am Bro. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe, filmed in front of a live studio audience, but only one person showed up, and he brought all his turkeys. That sounds like a Crazy Dave kind of thing to say, Crazy Dave. Stuffinmore's a lazy nerd, or lazy and creative, and he makes spaceships apparently. Pick me. Sorry, Kelly Cross. I already told Old Miss Gamer 32 that we'd make the next duplicate after her. So I have a feeling with the way that this particular colony is growing that I'm going to wind up with more duplicates. I could probably, with the amount of oxygen and stuff I have in here, and the food, I could probably support as many as 10 now. And, oh, I forgot to set these storage bins up. So I may end up doing that. Let's not put any contaminated or slime in here, which means right now, I think I'm leaving all the slime on the ground, which is fine where it lays for now. Later on, I'll do a storage container that's outside somewhere in a kind of a containment area so I can keep it clean inside my base. The funny thing is, I don't even need to. They could just breathe the contaminated oxygen, but I don't really have to play that way. I feel like it's cheating. Contaminated dirt and slime. There we go. So those containers are all set. I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight, I think. You're a guy. Oh, sorry. Well, with Ole Miss Gamer, I mean, how am I supposed to know? Sorry. Well, look at it this way. Just you're a dude with long eyelashes and some long flowing locks. we'll go that way. How long is left on the stream? I'm actually calling it a wrap on the stream now. We've already run a little bit longer than I planned for. Live stream Subnautica stuff and more stuff says. The tricky part that I find with streaming something like Subnautica is that there's often a lot of dead time when you're traveling from place to place. So usually when I put out a video that, I mean, they've been getting a little bit longer lately. So if I put out like a 35-minute Subnautica video, I've probably been playing for almost 3 hours. So if I stream it, I have a feeling it might be kind of boring. So I haven't been doing that so much. I also get the opportunity to chop out a lot of the lag. So I'm probably going to stick with just recorded videos for that. But anyway, I do appreciate everyone that came out to check out the stream. Thank you to all of you who popped in earlier and then had to leave, and those of you who are still here that enjoyed watching. For all those of you who subscribed to the channel, thank you very much for that. For those of you who are watching the stream and haven't subscribed, then maybe you'll want to consider subscribing so you can follow along with all the other video content that I make. I do appreciate everyone for popping in. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.